Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places. No. We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth.
The problem is most people have one perspective of love. When I was coming up, and if I was hard-headed, my father, when he whipped my behind, that doesn't mean he didn't love me. So because we preach truth and tell people the truth directly and straight up, we are preaching love. The scripture says God is love. Also, the scripture says God is the word. So if I'm preaching the word, I'm preaching love. If I'm telling you the truth, I'm preaching love. Because a preacher may quote or use the term love doesn't mean he loves you. Because a preacher may use the term heaven, that doesn't mean you being taught the right thing to get you there. First and foremost, brother, I often use a quote that an older gentleman used. History is best qualified to reward all the research. Go back and check your history and find out who are the ones that put the 66 books in the order that they're in now. It was the Catholic Church. The so-called quote-unquote apocrypha, and I say so-called because it was the Catholic Church that coined that phrase. Apocrypha, they said, mean the unknown. Those books were in existence when all the other books were in existence. It was the Catholic Church that took it upon themselves to make a decision for you and I to tell us what books should be used and what books should not be used. In fact, if you go to the book of Samuel, even Samuel make a reference to the book of Jasher. But yet in the 66 books, you don't have the book of Jasher. The scriptures even points to Enoch's testimony. In the book of Jude, which only have one chapter, it has a specific quote of the testimony or the prophecy of Enoch. You can't find the prophecy of Enoch in none of the 66 books, but Jude had to get it from somewhere. So if he didn't get it from the 66 books, where did he get it from? So this is why years ago, I have a Bible that was printed probably in 18 or 17 something, given to me by an elderly gentleman. And all those books, which is called the Apocrypha, are in there. In fact, the Ethiopic Bible, which is some consider the oldest Bible out of Ethiopia, all those books are in there, and nothing in there contradict what we're so familiar with as we say the 66 books.
I've got one simple question for you. Do you want to be a man or woman of God that God uses to do something amazing, to accomplish this grand purpose that God has for your life? Or are you going to be like some that I call the frozen chosen? You've been chosen by God to do something, but you spend most of your life doing nothing, or at least nothing of any significant spiritual value.
The book of scripture says in the 7th chapter of the book of Matthew, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom. Jesus said, many in that day will talk about the miracles and things that they have done. But Jesus said in that day, he will profess, I never knew you. So regardless of how many so-called miracles is done, the miracle is not going to save you. Teaching do two things. It either will deliver you or damn you. After a miracle is wrought and your eyes come open and you no longer blind naturally, but now you see. But after you see, you start looking at that woman in a manner that you should not look, and that woman is not your wife, then having your eyes open, it doesn't help you any.
Facts. Salute, squad, and welcome back to class. We got a little PM school on a Wednesday night. Welcome to the Righteous Fair. Keep in mind, we don't cater to any groups, gangs, communities, religions, feelings, or your emotions, guys. We're going to cater to the truth. We're going to cater to common sense, and we will not play with it. We're not going to allow you to play with it. So come on in, guys. Only if you want the truth, though. Remember, I'm not forcing you to be smart. I'm not forcing you to get enlightened. Nah, I'm not. I wouldn't dare force you to change your life and do better. I'm not gonna force you. I'm not that type. You know what I mean? I'll bring you to the water, and if you choose to drink, you drink. But if you die of thirst, so be it. You know what I mean? If you die, you die. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Salute to my bread squad. How y'all feeling tonight, y'all? How y'all feeling? Lovely Sheeta in the house as always. So guys, we're gonna talk about it tonight. And I appreciate my sisters with sense. Cause one thing about my content, right? Sisters, if you come here, right, and you think it's gonna be about you, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. If you're a sister with sense and you got sons, ma'am, my content is valuable. My content is priceless. But see, if you come here with that know-it-all helmet and you come here with that HPD, you can get your feelings hurt, man. And some of you dudes, you can get your feelings hurt too if you come up in here with that HPD, because that's not what we do here. We not here to try to outsmart a person or prove any points. We trying to show and share our smarts. We're going to use our smarts. That means however smart we are. It's not about being smarter. It's about getting the education and being able to regurgitate your smartness to help people. It's about helping people. All right. So you can be as smart as you want. If you plan on holding your smarts for you, then you're get the fuck out of here, because you's of no use to us. That's man or woman. All right. We don't come to here to lie or to hear lies and stay with that stupid stuff that we sit around all day. You know what I mean? We don't come here for that. You know what I mean? We come here for the truth. Definitely, definitely. It's all about being open-minded, guys. Like I tell y'all, a lot of us got that loser spirit in us. And we didn't put it in us. That's the problem. We didn't put it in us, but it's our responsibility. It is our responsibility to get it up out of us. And the only way you get it up out of us is by educating yourself. You can educate your way out of any situation. Yes, we are all cursed. If you read your Bible, you know that if your type, if your kind hang from a tree, ever hang from a tree, you don't got to be the one that hanged or hung. But if your kind ever hang from a tree, and we all of us have kinds that have hung from a tree, we cursed. We're cursed in America, and it's your job to not stay cursed. You could either stay cursed or you could get uncursed by educating yourself and getting rid of all that stupid, foolish shit your hell of a dad or your hell of a mama taught you, and even some hell of a grandmothers taught foolishness. It's your job to get rid of that foolishness. If you let me trigger you and you get so triggered that you remain with the same foolishness, that's on you. Understand, a lot of y'all took information from people that did not have wins, that did not win. So how do you expect to win? You are what you eat, right? Right? All right, guys. Black women do not know how to create a sense of peace within oneself. That's what we're talking about today. So no, we are not going to talk about the deadbeat men, the deadbeat fathers. No, we're going to talk about our sisters who are given our children to raise by default. We're talking about them being able to create a sense of peace within oneself. Because if you're not at peace, ma'am, nothing you touch is going to ever be able to be at peace. Babies or your man, your king. Understand that. So that's what we're talking about today. All right? And accountability on women nowadays look like this. They can only be victory or victim.
I know a lot of people have been like messaging me, asking me what's going on, why I'm moving out. And it's because like I just found out that my husband and like the man that I've been with like since high school for like 12 years, like we have 2 kids.
Now, why you want to lie, ma'am? Why you wanna? You know this man probably kicked you out, or this man got caught cheating with another female. So now you gonna create this sympathy story of fellas.
Condom that will turn a different color if bacteria from a disease or infection is detected. It can glow green for chlamydia, yellow for herpes, purple for HPV, and blue for syphilis.
You know what I mean? I don't believe nothing that came out this girl's mouth. Cause this is what they do now. When the relationship fell, they got to destroy the man. They got to paint the man out as either a abuser or as a mook. P game now. It just can't be, oh, we just didn't work out. I didn't have the skills to match with what he, as the leader of the relationship, wanted. I just didn't have the skills. Know what I mean? He just didn't have the skills, and it just can never end like that. It gotta always end as he abusive, or he a mook. It's crazy, guys.
I know a lot of people have been like messaging me, asking me what's going on, why I'm moving out. And it's because like I just found out that my husband and like the man that I've been with like since high school for like 12 years, like we have 2 kids together, and he just like let me know that like he's gay and that he's been gay and like he's been trying to fake it, but he just can't anymore. I'm feeling so many things. I'm confused, I'm angry, I'm sad, but I'm also happy that like I'm happy that he could like finally live his life and that he doesn't have to like hide himself anymore. But I don't know, I'm just feeling so many things. Anyways, I just want to thank everyone for their kind messages and words of like affirmation, just because it has really helped me get through. Because like I've been with him since I was in high school, and so it's just like a lot, especially with 2 kids and like having to move out your whole life, like a whole life that you thought that you were gonna have, that it's gone now. And it's also hard because it's like no one really understands, because no one has been through this situation. Like no one that I know has been through this situation. And so it's just really hard. I just love him, and he keeps telling me how much he loves me and our kids, and like he never wanted to have to like leave, but like pretend anymore. And I just want to be like supportive and just let him know that he has me like still on his side, and that I love him still. But it's just hard at the same time, because like I spent the last 12 years with him building this life. It's like just crazy that like your whole life can just change in like a day. The nights are like just so lonely, and I have like the 2 kids to take care of. And it's like I just miss him, and I miss our family so much.
You know what? This is why I love the Righteous Fear. And I love going live. I love doing videos. And I love engaging with my Goodbreads. Because we know a dummy when we see one. And we know a scam when we see one as well. This is why I love y'all, yo. Cause I see y'all in the chat. Y'all itching. And I can't even react to it because y'all on her. Y'all on her body. Y'all on her skin tone. Cause this is a liar right here. For one, she did not cry. And if she was tearing, it was because them dumb long eyelashes. Now let's break this thing down. The woman says she was with this man since 16. So if the man is a mook now, as an adult, you turned them into a mook. What's wrong with your fish hole? Time to examine your fish hole. You got one of them Kris Jenner-like fish holes that'll turn a whole man into a girl. That's your problem, ma'am. You need to work on that. Figure out what's wrong there, ma'am. That's what you said, though. You said you was with this man since 16, all right? No tears and all. Then you went on to say you still love him, though. These bitches think we dumb.
What you need to do is stop playing. You might have all these crusty, dusty musties tricked, but you ain't tricking us.
Straight Kris Jenner fish hole, man. Ma'am, you're not tricking us. And again, guys, the blueprint is they got to paint you out as the victim so that they can get the new man nice and ready for the okey doke. because that's how they create a space that's how they create a sense of peace within themselves by manipulating what's outside of them. You see, this is why they always get dragged in these relationships, because instead of manipulating the outside, how about you manipulate you? How about you spend a little bit more time manipulating you and getting those dumb, stupid things that have you attracting the wildest and wickedest men? How about you get rid of that? But no, that's too much work for you, right? You rather sit there and try to manipulate a man. Because if he is a mook, I'm sure he showed you mook tendencies long time ago, but you thought those was cute. You thought those was cute tendencies that a man should have. It's crazy, bro. But guys, this is their blueprint. In a nutshell, wrapped it all up right here. Watch it. Don't fall for it, all right?
Want me to be into it with your baby daddy so bad, but what you don't realize is, if something happens to him, your children will be without a father.
He abused me.
Abuse? You hit him over the head with a blender and him throwing you across the room isn't abuse. That's called self-defense. I don't understand why you want to be the victim so bad. I don't understand why you have to paint him in such a negative light for us to be together and for me to be a part of your children's lives. I feel like if we were to break up, if we had a child together, that you do the same thing to me.
I'm going to do that to you. I love you.
Yeah, just like you loved him until you didn't get what you wanted. Then he became an abuser, a narcissist, and a gaslighter.
Boom. Oh my God, yo, one time.
Hate now, goddammit. Don't start hating now. You wasn't hating when the motherfucker was living, goddammit. Now the motherfucker dead. Fuck the son of a bitch. Fuck him, goddammit, and fuck anybody with his head. Yeah. Y'all know the motherfucker ain't no good. You want look. All you motherfuckers been snitching for him and shit. Now you standing up in here and goddamn talking about preach it, preacher. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that. I'm gonna shoot your ass too, motherfucker. Keep on. You gonna get shot too, nigga. You gonna get shot. God bless. God bless the fool, goddammit. God bless the fool. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna end this goddamn thing. Look, where's that goddamn money bowl at? Who got that money bowl? We taking that money right now before you leave this bitch. We ain't leaving out here for free, motherfucker. Where that money bowl at? Don't have me to fire this bitch off now. Where that money bowl at?
I think before we get into the main event, I think that's worthy of another watch, especially for the weaker brothers. The weaker brothers trying to become stronger. Y'all need to look and listen to exactly how he said it. He didn't yell it, he didn't scream it, and he cut it off at every angle. When I tell you guys, the biggest, how you know you dealing with a weak, mentally weak chick is when you go to correct her and she get mad. If a chick can't take correction, she a Lilith, boy. I understand that. Any chick can't take correction, they can't be protected. They got you at risk. They're a liability. All right. Remember, one of them keys to a healthy relationship is safety. Part of safety is being able to take correction. All right, y'all. Yeah, don't get tricked in these monogamous relationships with pieces of shit. Y'all eat shit sandwiches? Let me know. Because they dressing the shit up with lettuce and tomatoes and mayonnaise. And it look real nice. But it still got flies in it. It still got flies swarming around it, boy. You letting them trick you in monogamous relationships for all your resources, fool? Nah, man. Do not conform.
What's up, YouTube? Finna kick out some game real quick. Just a little bit of game.
Salute to our sister. She finally got her channel up and popping on the YouTube channel, on YouTube. So y'all go check her out. Y'all know Love Dorsey is her name.
A little bit of free game. I feel like it's a must. A must for me to kick out a little bit of free game. Just a little bit. Because, everybody ain't self-aware. Everybody ain't in tune with being accountable for their mistakes.
That's a fact, love. And I don't care if we gotta beat it in their head, we gonna beat it in their head. Cause they walk around here thinking they're alive. And they're really not.
There's people walking around out here that are soulless avatars simply operating on matrix programming. They're living, but they're not alive. And they're all around us. They're all over the place. People that have never woken up to who they truly actually are. They simply are operating on the code that they've been programmed and given since they were born, since they were even in the womb and at gestation. The same code, just running on programming, never exceeding the programming, never reprogramming the programming, never editing it, never hacking themselves, just running on the pure code and living a complete lie, believing that they're alive, but they're not.
Everybody not learning.
My bad, guys. Good looking, y'all. I was giving DBG sevens, one mic. I was giving all of you guys, Marcus, JBWWR. I was giving all you guys the recognition for what DPG7 told me. You know what I mean? You guys make it happen. You see, YouTube don't like this style of information. Ain't nobody delivering this type of content the way I deliver it. The truth with proof, other than Love Dorsey in this space. And and y'all know me, I take it another level from Love. I take it another level from Love. Cause y'all think y'all slick too. I almost forgot. Just reminded me. We gonna do some reading. We gonna get to some reading. See, I take it a whole nother level. YouTube don't like that, yo. So if y'all don't come and make time to watch my content, then this whole thing don't work. You see, when I told y'all, this a total team effort. I really meant that. I wasn't up here selling anything. Bro, we had 100K and we still going strong. We still going the same way we was doing when we had 2,000 subscribers, bro. Cause y'all, it's a total team effort. If y'all don't come, then I have no reason to come up here. I could go spend my hour, my 2 hours, my hour and a half, whatever it is we shared together. I could spend that doubling my double. But because you guys come and you really want the content, I'm gonna deliver the content, like I said. And it's not, I don't want y'all to follow me. I'm never gonna tell you, follow me, listen to me. I'm the smartest black man in the community. Never, never will I ever come at y'all like that. I just want y'all to see what I do. I'm gonna give y'all the information that I know, the studies that I studied, the wisdom that I follow, you know what I mean, to get me up out the generational curse. Because I'm a firm believer in if you get out of the curse, and you know how you get out of the curse, and you didn't get lucky and got to a bag real quick and then got out of it. Because if you notice, the people that get lucky and get out, they come right back. But when you get out of the curse and you able to know why you get out of the curse, you should share that information. I'm a firm believer in that. You should share that information. So I'm not telling you to follow me. I'm telling you to follow the information that I use to get up out of the curse, bro. Bro, I haven't walked on eggshells since 2004. I haven't walked on eggshells. Them eggshells that most men, 80% of men walk on in this American culture. I have not seen that, bro. I that's why sometimes I have to read or I have to go to the projects. I have to go to the projects so that I could relate to the people in that struggle. I haven't walked on eggshells since 2004. And I give it to God, guys. I give it to God. I give it to God. And that's all I'm telling y'all. Just give it to God, bro. And I'm not saying when I say give it to God, give the whole thing to God, bro. You just pour into you. The battle is God. Since we here, and I didn't pause love, and I really don't want to pause love. I want to let her rock. But since we here, let's get the reading out the way. I promise y'all we ain't gonna do as much reading as we did earlier, but we got to do some reading because that's what make us different. We can get up here and go ham on modern women, with the feminist mindset, just like every other channel. But they scared to tell you the whole truth on them channels. That's what separate us. That's what got us to the promised land, guys. So let's do some reading real quick. It'll only make the stream better. It'll bring the stream to life. Definitely men and women. You already know. You already know. Numbers 14:18. The Lord is slow to anger, abounding in steadfast love, forgiving iniquities and transgressions. But you know how y'all with the but, y'all always got a but. But you see, this is why we not gonna go around here with the blinders on, acting like we don't see all this evil, like we don't see the majority is evil. Yes, we want positive, and yes, we should focus on the positive. But when the majority is negative, if you try to act like you don't see the negative just to focus on the positive, you're gonna get swamped by the negative. And that's why Mr. Goodbread act the way he act. That's why I carry myself the way I carry myself. And I can't be phony to people. The majority already being phony. If you get too comfortable being phony with some, you will become phony with all. Guys, remember, bad company causes bad morale. So y'all sit around these people because you love them, but they're not helping you grow in no way, shape, or form. That's your fault at the end of the day. You don't get to blame nobody. But let's get back. But he will be no means clear the guilty. You see, but he will by no means clear the guilty. So you ones that's walking around here with your whole secrets and all that shit in your cat box, and you steady trying to cover it, and you using them kids, and you using the men, and you using our government to help protect you and hide your little secret, your little whole secret. Instead of repenting it, you sitting here trying to save face. So now, in order to save face, you got to lie on the man, or you got to run down there and get child support and act like your man is a deadbeat, so you can save face because you was just as irresponsible as the man you laid down with, right? Yeah, they don't read. They said if you want to fool a black person, if you put it in the book, right? And that book that they was talking about was our basic instructions before leaving Earth. The book that they was talking about was the Bible. Put it in the book. And they put it in the Bible. And they knew y'all wasn't gonna read it. They sold y'all on some stupid shit like, oh yeah, it's manipulated. The Bible manipulated. Y'all don't understand the meaning of what they mean by manipulated. Meaning you can use this tool. You can use this tool to manipulate the shit out of somebody. The churches have done it for years. The churches manipulated the black community for years with this Bible. Slave owners manipulated slaves with this Bible. But that don't mean the Bible and the context in the Bible is manipulative to people. Read it for yourself. How about that? How about you stop reaching for that King James version when you can't even read past the third grade level? Go get you an ESV version and stop playing. But read, my brother. You can educate your way out of everything, y'all. I really mean that. But he not gonna be clear of the guilty. visiting the inequities of the fathers on children to the third and fourth generation. So you holding on to them whole secrets and all that stuff in that cat litter is only gonna weaken your children. It's only gonna weaken the product, your offspring, man. And I think you know that. We see what's going on in our environment. We all want it to be roses and peaches and cream, but it's just not that. It's just not that. And we can't lie and reach for the participation award and lie. Like, we can't. As a community, I will not. I will not sit here and try to trick my way to a victory knowing this shit is fucked up. I'm not with that. That's that new shit right there. Y'all new niggas. That's that new BET 2024 shit. I ain't with it. No. If the shit look good but trash, it's trash. I'm a traditionalist. It could look as good as it want. If the substance is low quality, the joint trash. Put that by God, guys. Put that by God.
Got a big old booty, and everybody says, she's a fine booty. The booty is where the doo-doo is, boy. Put there by God, that's the garbage can. So how you get so messed up with this white boy? You think the bigger the booty, the finer it is. That's like going to Kmart. You see a big old garbage can, that's the filth. And now we can convince her she wants rich in that big old booty and all of that. It ain't nothing but doo-doo in there.
It's nothing but doo-doo in there. All right, guys, let's get to Exodus, because I said I wasn't going to keep y'all long on the reading, because I know y'all attention span is crazy short, and y'all need to stop that. That's that instant gratification got y'all not learning. You know what I mean? Let's stop that. Exodus 25. You shall not bow down to them. I wonder who is them. We know who is us, right? Kendrick Lamar told us who is us. So I wonder who is them. But y'all know who them is, right? You know who them. Put it in the chat. Who is them? Who is them, y'all? Put it in the chat. You shall not bow down to them or serve them. For I, the Lord, your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me. Now, this verse is tied to the verse where he says, if you do not hate your wife, if you do not hate your mother, if you do not hate, he named everybody, your brother, uncle, then you're not worthy of him. That could be manipulated to make you into a hater, but that's not what he's saying. He's trying to tell you how important it is to put God first. He's trying to tell you how no other relationship, no other bond you're going to have on this earth with any other human being is going to be more important than him. So you mothers could run out there and try to put the kid first. Because the kid, he's watching you, dummy. All right? So you can use that to like I said, save face because of your mistake. But you supposed to put God over them kids. You supposed to put that man over them kids. You supposed to put yourself over them kids, ma'am. So who is you fooling? Who is you fooling? And when you do that, then and only then can you really be doing everything for your child. Y'all run around here, because I do everything for my child, but you never get yourself fixed. You never get yourself to some information that's really going to be useful for you. Then in return, you can have something to install in your child. Until then, ma'am, your child going to know the struggle. Those be them ones running around here talking about, my child not going to know the struggle. Bitch, you is the whole struggle. You've been struggling since you had the kid. How is your child not going to know the struggle? They just be talking crazy, man. But yeah, guys, put God first, man. It ain't nothing going to happen good for you until you do that. All right? He see y'all.
I think that I was pretty.
No, you're not cute at all. Lying to this man about his child as you believe it to be, threatening, lying to him, telling him you had an abortion of his child, knowing that it was his child. Let me see the results. Playing games. Give you this and that, so you can tell that other man all that. That's not his child. Have a good day.
And then, of course, everybody can't take a straightening. And it's just how it is. Isis, what's up?
That's a fact. Everybody can take a straightening. But you know some funny shit, love? They sure can dish it out. Everybody always could tell somebody about theyself. Everybody always you know what I mean? But they forget that the feeling be mutual all the time. Like, and they can't take it. They can't handle it. Especially the modern women. They don't like their own medicine, boy. And I got a lot of it. I got loads. I got ounces of modern women medicine. That's why they don't like me, love. They can't stand me. And guess what? I don't care because I don't want their fish hole. I don't need their fish hole. They got nothing that I need or want. So you can't get the lusty eyes from Mr. Goodbread. And they can't stand that, love. Go on, love.
You know, we all, based on how you raised, how you behave as an adult has to do with your beliefs, right? And you get your beliefs from how you was raised. And like I was just saying, everybody doesn't have a same level of self-awareness, meaning I am consciously familiar with my patterns or, you know, accountable for my mistakes, or I'm able to articulate, not just spot them, but articulate back and use them, lessons I've learned from things that's going on in my life. And then everybody can't take a straightening. We know that. So I feel like, you know, this little free game will help y'all.
Please, love. I'm always trying to help them. I use you because you're that woman's perspective. You know what I mean? So just try to help them, love. That's all I do. Because I don't look for nothing from the people. You know what I mean? The people don't, you know what I mean? I don't look for nothing from the people. God give me the blessing. All I got to do is give the people the truth, and God going to give me the blessing. You know what I mean? So that's how that works. Same thing for you, love. So just give them the work, love.
On this live. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, ring the bell so you can get the notifications, especially if you coming off here off IG. You want to make sure the next time you don't have to wait for the notification to show up on Instagram for you to know what's going on YouTube. But I want to share with y'all from a genuine space, like how you create a sense of peace mentally, right? And this goes for male, female, young, old. Like when we talk about the idea of me cleaning up my mental space, making it where as a person, before I mix with anybody else, before I tell a female outside of me or a male outside.
Remember, females, my content is triggering, but it worked. The reason why it don't work for y'all is because you fixated on me and her talking about the man. But if we talked about the man will fix himself because he'd be getting all the attention. He'd be getting all the work. And then you would be left with nothing to fix yourself, and then you'd remain the same. So you got to look past worrying about the man and get all the work you can get. You take the meat and you spit out the bones. All right? You take the meat and you spit out the bones. Hit dogs holler. If the shoe fit, then you better wear it, sis, because I got hats and matching belts. I know y'all like to look cute, and I got eyelashes too. I got eyelashes. So now, take the information how you take the information. But the solution is in the information. You just got to overlook the trigger. Trigger is pain. Pain is weakness leaving your body. Understand that in that order. Period. You know how y'all talk. Period.
Outside of me to be my peace, right? Before I do any of that, can I create peace for myself? Because a lot of people don't realize the demons they fight in the peace that they cannot acquire, the shit that's going on with them, it's coming from them. Like it's coming from internal stuff. And you're thinking, you know, because the things around you, your environment make you feel some type of way or even feel at all negative or positive, you believe the cause is that stuff. But really, it starts with, can you even quiet your own thoughts? Can you create a space of peace for yourself? Are you good with yourself? First off, like, can you say that without being attached to another individual, outside of family, outside of what you know, past survival? Can you say, you know what? I'm good with me. Not satisfied to the point where I'm not trying to grow or create goals or elevate or anything like that. But am I okay with me? Am I aware enough of my own self, my inner, the way that I think, my beliefs, my integrity, my values, my ethics? Am I aware of this shit enough to say that, you know what? I fuck with me. And because I fuck with me, I'm at peace with just being me. I can sit with myself. So if I go through a breakup, if I lose a job, if I got money, if I don't got money, if I got a bunch of friends, if I don't got a bunch of friends, if I'm up or if I'm down, can I say that I'm satisfied with myself enough to keep going? Am I going to get suicidal? Am I going to get into a deep depression? Am I going to get so attached to outside things, right, as the focus to where I ain't good with sitting with me, so I can't really be alone? Am I good enough to say that I deserve not to just be isolated and be alone? Because it is negative for the human mind. See, a lot of people think, oh, well, you know, me being single or me being by myself or me not fucking with a lot of people and being all right with that is healthy. It's good. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It is something wrong with it. If this is what you've told yourself is going to be your long-term situation, there is very much a lot of hurt, demons, unhealed trauma in that, as it is in people that are attaching themselves and people pleasing all of their life or for a long season of their life. All of that requires healing. So I'm going to go back to what I was saying, right? What I want to share with y'all is the actual instructions on how to create peace for yourself. And just to understand the concept and that it works and that it's powerful and that it's real and that
I'm gonna give you the spoiler right now. Get rid of all the people that surround you. Get rid of all the people that surround you that always want to talk negative, that always call you with a sad story. Somebody always fucking with them. It's always somebody doing something to them. And then they come there with their stories and they tell you that. That gets you in your negative energy. Then turn the music off sometimes. When you're cleaning up, turn the music off. When you're driving, going to work, turn your music off. Let God into your mind. You know, God can't enter when you got the devil and his tunes. The devil, Satan controlled the gospel. So if you got the gospel constantly on and you know this music is wicked. This music is wicked. I seen this music mixed with some of that liquor. That liquor. Man, listen, I seen that shit create a demon in 1 hour. I seen a wholesome woman turn to a demon in 1 hour, fucking with that liquor and the Satan and his music. So turn that shit off. Even if you can't put the liquor down, turn the music off. God will talk to you with that liquor and complete silence, but let God in, y'all. Message, y'all. Message.
if you do it, move on it without a doubt, it'll work for you, male, female, young, old, regardless of your background, right? In order for it to work, you got to understand where we get our bullshit from, right? And you got to be real with yourself. Like, I'm going to be honest, regardless of what my culture tells me to feel about certain things that have went on with me, I'm going to look at it for what it is, right? So there's a certain realness that's required in order to create mental peace for yourself, in order to create a space of my aura, it's good. My light is shining. Like, I got that inner heartbeat, but also that second one that's coming from another dimension of me existing outside of just my physical, right? And some of y'all just going over your head, but I'm gonna bring it down real simple. And anybody that's in my book club that's on here, if you've gotten this far in the book that we're reading, then you know what I'm talking about. And you know, we're gonna be discussing it soon. So if you don't fully know, you're gonna get a little bit on here and then we're gonna dive fully in. But I want to read y'all something, right? Because I know a lot of y'all don't fucking read. So I'm gonna just read to y'all. It says, children who are hurt by their parents will usually blame themselves. It says this is actually a very clever survival adaptation that keeps the bond with our parents strong, right? So the point of this is so that you can keep the bond with your parents strong. Why? Why do I, as a child, want to keep the bond with my parents strong? Because we need them to keep us alive. Our mind doesn't.
Exactly. That's for you ones that's triggered and you want to say something to me so bad because of your mama, because you want to keep this false belief going that you got a perfect mom because that's your protector and all that. We get that, man. But if you want to continue to lie, go to another channel. Shira Sevens, and I mean, she over there. You could go to another channel if you want to continue to lie. We not fitting to continue to lie because there's no victories and there's no freedom in lies. In fact, lying lips are an abomination, man. And I don't want to play with no abominations. Know what I mean? I wanna tread lightly when it comes to abominations.
Want to think of them as being bad because it's survival. This means that when we are treated badly, we assume it's our fault, that we are bad, because thinking of our parents as bad is far too frightening for our survival. If you're a child, if you're dependent upon your parents, right, for your shelter, your food, your water, for you to be in a space where you feel safety, where you feel like there's a future, where you feel like you will continue to exist, you have to look at them. It is a must, right? As an adolescent, as a dependent, as a child, it is a must that you view them as a safe space. This is why children are innocent, because if you understand this psychological part, this scientific part, this natural part of this, right, they don't have a choice but to believe that these people are good for them, even while doing them wrong. They just make it where they take the blame for the stuff that's happening to them. And so if you're an adult, you got to take yourself back to when you were a child, right? It says we need them to be good in order to feel safe. The we is I'm talking about is our parents, right? It says instead we make it a story about ourselves rather than them. So there are certain things that have happened to all of us, because this happens on autopilot. You don't recognize when this is going on. There are things that have happened to all of us as a child, some more traumatic than others. Some are those ACEs, those adverse childhood experiences that have put us in a space where, you know, we have suppressed or created a false reality, right? And this is just a part of survival. It says instead we make.
That's that cat litter. That cat litter that I be talking about. That cat box. That good old cat box.
Make it a story about ourselves rather than them. It says this way we keep the illusion that we're in control, and we believe that if we behave better next time, we'll be loved. This is why a lot of adults have the mommy issues or the daddy issues. They have the parent complexes. A lot of individuals that were raised by emotionally immature parents or narcissistic parents. And nowadays we're seeing a rise, especially in our community, of narcissistic Black mothers, right? And this projection of, you know, my choices and the consequences, I'm going to project them onto your father so that we create a sense of invaluable. The, you know, male figure in the upbringing of the child becomes an invaluable.
Exactly. Meaning, let me translate that. Meaning, I want to play head of household and don't know nothing. Don't have a good head on my shoulder at all, no matter how I look. But I want to be head of household. So I'm going to paint your father out to be a loser. That way I get to be the hero. It's a whole competition in these relationship caps nowadays. It's a whole competition. I picked you knowing you's a dummy. So I picked you because I have a need to be right. And my HPD sent me directly to you because you a wrong nigga. But I got a need to be right. So I'm going to pick a wrong dude so I can automatically be right. And that's translation. That's what that is. We see that. Clearly, we see that.
Person or an invaluable figure, right? So it says this way we keep the illusion that we're in control, and we believe that if we behave better next time, we'll be loved. It says that means all our anger and hurt gets turned on ourselves. This means, right?
Oh yeah, keep in mind, right? It don't be the abuser that damage the little battered female with the battered story. You see who the real abuser be. The first abuser was her mother, because her mother taught her how to tolerate bullshit. Because the same way she be in there making her mother's mistakes and her mother's blemishes, her faults, is the same way these women be in these relationships with the door wide open and they don't know how to use it. They know everything else, but they don't know how to use the door because it's programmed in them to tolerate bullshit because their mama raised them and she was bullshit. So it matched. You see, the math got a math. 1 + 1 = 2. No matter how much good vibes only want to make it 11, 1 + 1 = 2. God damn it.
We think we aren't good enough and we become very critical. No one, as adults, right? We develop this space where these are suppressed thoughts that you don't realize are there. As adults, we might think that we're stupid, that no one likes us, that we're always feeling guilty about something. Now, no one's just going to tell you.
And don't forget, you may think that you poor. just because your mama or the people that raised you always acting broke. Every time you ask them for something, oh, put that back, we ain't got it. So they have these kids thinking that they're poor, but the kids can't be poor. Kids can only be broke. Your parents is poor. They poor-minded, poor-spirited, but kids can't be poor. They can only be broke. But that's another thing they instill in these kids. Money don't grow on trees. Only because they don't know how to open up extra streams of income. They haven't figured out the money problems yet. Money don't grow it. Yes, it do. You just don't know how to plant seeds.
These are the thoughts that I feel. This is where I got them from. There are certain patterns in their adult behavior that's going to show you that's how I feel. So when you see people that are people pleasing, when you see people that are seeking validation, when you see people that they feel the need to get a reassurance from their environment around them or the public,
they need to jump on my comment section talking about my mother and my father and my man and my husband. Man, why you want my validation, man? Why do you want my validation? We don't care. If the shoe fit, wear it. And you don't got to tell everybody that the shoe fit, man.
Public or social media in order for them to, be confident or sound within themselves or decisions they make. And they got these same internal beliefs, right? They can't articulate them, but you can see it in their behavior. It says this happens outside of our awareness, right? Meaning you're not aware that this is going on. It says you won't know that you're doing it, but often our critical inner voice comes from the unconscious belief that we are bad so that we can maintain the belief that our parents are good. Right. And so then as an adult, some of the same bad behavior, bad parenting that you underwent as a child, you repeat it, right? Because you have this belief, you have this survival coping mechanism, this strategy that you use, which is quite clever when you're a child. It's just not a thing of fruitfulness as an adult, but you have this idea that my parents are mostly good. I'm obligated to believe this in order to really feel like I got the right upbringing or I have a solid support system behind me. And so you repeat the things that they did, even though they negatively affected you, on your children, right? It then says we carry the idea that we are bad into our adult life, and it underpins much of our capacity to love ourselves. We don't feel capable in our studies or at work or put to huge pressure, right? Or we put huge pressure on ourselves. It says we imagine that our friends hate us or our partner secretly thinks we're ugly. We might always think that people are angry at us or that we're going to get in trouble with certain things that we feel or think in regards to our bodies, in regards to our minds. It says we are waiting for everyone else to realize the thing we are so sure of.
And that's a fact, guys. And this is just behind the scenes of the mind of these modern women. Now, sisters with sense, they went and fixed this. Sisters with sense went and fixed this. So you better make sure you fix this in you, sir. But this is deep in the mind of these modern women, guys. This is the psychology right here. This is why my content, Love Dorsey content, it hit hard and it stick. Because you can't dress your mind up. Psychology is the study of your mind. You can't hide that. You can't hide that from studies. You can't hide that from the facts. This is why I don't really care. I don't care when the bald head roaches buck up at me. I don't care what they say out their mouth. Because I know what's on their mind. They share me a piece of their mind every time they get triggered and react and respond the way they respond. They might be running fake plays on everybody in their environment. So everybody in their real life and in their real environment don't know them as well as I know them. Peep game, guys. This is how real psychology is, right? Because when they jump and they buck up, they share a good piece of their mindset and their belief, their core beliefs on certain things, right? So even if they faking and acting fake and phony because they chill around a bunch of fake and phony people, they wouldn't share that side of their mindset to those folks. You see how that works? So I know you better than your mama know you. I know you better than your daddy know you. I know you better than your best friend, your bald head best friend know you. So understand that. When you jump on my comments in my chat with your little triggered comments and you don't have no information to back what you think up, how you feel up, because that's all it is. It's a feeling. And y'all react to feelings way too much. That's your problem. That's your focal point right there. That's the gash in your forehead. Unmanaged emotions. Not being able to control your feelings. Attaching your feelings and emotions to shit that take all your money. You got mad issues that you need to fix within self, but yet you get on these platforms and want to worry about what the man is doing wrong. That's foolish. That's foolish. Link with one of my sisters with sense so they could teach you how to start a journal. They could teach you how to put a plan book together. They could talk to you about how to come home from work, come straight home from work and pour into you. Take a nice bubble bath, pour into you. Put your feet up. Get your feet up out these streets for once. All right? Salute to my sisters with sense, yo. Salute to my sisters with sense.
And we are awful people. And this is why when you get in relationships, it's easy to develop these general beliefs, this black and white thinking, which a lot of people have, that, for example, you know, women ain't shit, or men ain't shit, or people gonna backstab you eventually, or nobody's gonna really be loyal, or real people are scarce, or it's hard to find true love, or we're easily persuaded into this way of thinking because of our internal beliefs about ourselves, and you just don't realize it, right? So it says reassurance from others does not help. Even positive affirmations don't really change the way we feel about ourselves, because the feelings are not about us. They are about the caregivers who hurt us. We need to find a way to feel those feelings toward the people who hurt us. We don't turn that anger and hatred on ourselves. This is so that we don't do that, right? The solution, this is the key part. The solution is to turn those feelings back onto the people they belong to, the ones that hurt us. And so when you think about this in your adult life, it's easy to flip off the handle, right? And lay out all of the things you did to hurt me to someone that you met in your adult life through an intimate relationship or a friendship, right? As soon as you're going through some shit with them and the emotions from childhood become one and the same, meaning it's the same feelings, different situations, you react in a way of lack of emotional maturity for the present and the past, and you don't realize it. And this is why some of y'all, you struggle with emotional management. This is why some of y'all, you have these anger outbursts.
And how that look in real life, guys, you know, with the truth for proof, that look like that. That look exactly like that, guys. This is how that looks. So sisters with sense, make sure y'all being logical when y'all on these channels and y'all commenting in the comment section. Understand that just because the comment section read comment don't mean you have to comment. But this was a crazy one right here. This was clearly that video where the woman said, it was a couple women, it was about 5 women that said they regret having a baby. And of course, this one with HPD felt the need to get validated and needed my validation. And the shit that Love Dorsey just talked about is exactly what this one did. Exactly what this one did. Y'all weird, making this a black woman thing. Bro, every female in this video was a black woman. Every female in this video, except for the first video, except for the first woman who initiated the challenge, was a black woman. So what are you talking about, man? I love being a mom. So then if you love being a mom, why do you need my justification? Why do you need me and my validation? Why, like, you don't. You obviously don't. Because a real mom would not have even jumped to this. Y'all reading this? Because I'm not even finna read the rest out loud. Because this is what I mean. This is HPD right here. Y'all see it, right? And then they try to lie. They try to dress the story up because now they got to paint a perfect story. This is the shit that we talking about today. Instead of fixing themselves so they ain't got to lie and eat crab legs to people to get their validation, to get outside validation. And then you get on social media and you tell people that don't care all your business. Ma'am, I don't need to know all your business, man. I didn't ask you for all your business, man. I posted a video that said black women didn't want to be mothers or wives. Last time I checked, Your mother named you something specifically, uniquely owned to you. And it was not black woman. So why did you jump, frog? Why did you fly, you flying roach? This that hopping kangaroo shit where they hop to conclusions. You see what I mean? Nasty work.
You have these moments where you go in your head and you conspire about certain shit that's going on. This is why you live in this, oh, my intuition told me this, but really it's your crazy. And the crazy comes from the demons that's sitting on you, the baggage from childhood, the beliefs you have about self that you're unwilling to confront, not because you don't want to and you don't want to heal, but because in order for you to actually confront the shit, you have to look at the people that were your caregivers, those that raised you, for what they really are. And this is why when y'all see me on social media, when you see my content, you know, traveling around, when you see me on podcasts, getting interviewed, I always speak about childhood trauma. I always speak about understanding what you were taught in your upbringing. There's a lot of things that people don't even understand is trauma or programming of bad beliefs, right? That they still carry with them in their adult life that causes them to attract what they attract.
Exactly. You know why, guys? Because they never continuous learning. Remember, I told you, they never educated themselves. They never continued to educate themselves. Most people get out of high school or get out of college and think that's it. Yes, I'm a grown up. I'm a grown ass man. I'm a grown woman. And they stop learning. But hold up. Learning is continuous. And that be the problem. So most people is still stuck with whatever year they graduated information. We in 2024. The world done evolved about 4 times since they done graduated college, high school, whenever they finished school. And they still sitting with that information, bro. Just think about it. Just picture it. Just picture the person and picture when they stopped taking information. When did they stop growing? Just picture them. Put the face on it. Pick anybody. Pick your mama. Pick your best friend. Pick your op. Put their face. Then if you know when did they stop, when did they finish school, and then look at their life. That'll tell you why. Their life is their life. Y'all know them. Y'all know them folks that always want to talk about the old shit that they used to do. Those are them. Those are them.
You say I'm judging you, huh? I'm not judging you, but let's just say I'm judging you.
Some of y'all don't realize, no, you didn't have to be trigger warning, molested, violated, verbally abused, physically abused. You could have just been all out taught the wrong shit in key areas in your life.
Right.
So without ever being touched the wrong way, physically hit the wrong way, screamed or yelled at, right? You could have been given beliefs in regards to life and people that are just not fruitful.
Exactly. And that's the second type of liar. Remember, you got the first type of liar, which is a blatant liar. They just lie just to lie. Habitual liars. Then you got that second one that's lying because all the information they ever took was a lie. But they still liars. And they still have that abomination hanging over their head because lying lips are an abomination. But that's what she's talking about. Great fucking point, love.
They do not produce healthy relationships. They do not create a space of growth, right? And so you grown with these beliefs. And no, you don't have some grave trauma story of being touched on or molested or violated, but you have these beliefs that are fucked up. Some of them are self-absorbed. Some of them are from a space of not being in reality. Some of them are narcissistic. Some of them are people-pleasing. Some of them are lack of self-awareness.
Exactly. Like you get some of them girls that be like, because their mama had a simp daddy, a boomer daddy, and they tolerated each other. So they really believe that a man in 2024 supposed to engage with them and do everything for them. Like that, ma'am. Y'all quick, modern women be quick to tell us how this ain't the old days. This ain't the old days. And then want to assume that we want to still be in the old days. They don't want to be in the old days and shit. Know what I mean? Wearing dresses all the way down to their ankles. They don't want to be in the old days, but they want us to be in the old days. If you don't stop playing.
What you need to do is stop playing. You might have all these crusty, dusty musties tricked, but you ain't tricking us.
Right? Because some people were raised by parents that it wasn't that I was taken through any serious trauma, but my parents were not aware that other people had a view or a perspective or an experience in the same situations as them that differed. So I didn't get my ass beat. I didn't get molested. I didn't get, put down verbally, right? But in most situations, we had to view it how our parents viewed it. And
exactly. This is why I can't be judging these plantations all of the same. Every plantation didn't have beatings. Every plantation didn't have hangings. But every plantation was damaging. Every plantation took advantage of us, of them kids, of them men. Understand that. Every modern woman, every single mother household ain't that picture you see on social media where it's just dysfunctional. But every single mother household still is a statistic and is still raising a statistic. Understand that.
So now that I'm grown, I don't know how to articulate or express things from a mature space. I go into it already on 10 or with an attitude because guess what? From my upbringing, I wasn't allowed to do this. So now I am projecting onto you feelings from childhood to where when it comes out how I feel about a situation, it already come out with an attitude before you even disagree. I'm already saying my opinion to you as if you disagree with me and you have not. Who can relate?
Facts. That's when you hear the, but what you saying, what you trying to say, and then there's the, ma'am, no, I'm not trying to say nothing. I said what I said. What are you thinking about? That's when you got to hit her with the, ma'am, hold up. What are you thinking about? Talk to me. What's on your mind? Because I said something totally different from what's obviously on your mind. What are you saying? What do you want me to say? Would you like me to say something? Because, bitch, I say it. I will say it. So what are you thinking about? You guys got to learn how to keep it absolutely 100. These women are begging for you to keep it 100.
Because I know some of y'all can. This is stuff that a lot of times you don't realize. See, when I talk about childhood trauma or, those ACEs, those adverse childhood experiences, you don't think of things like this as adverse because, again, as a child, right, we go in a space where I cannot, while I'm a dependent, look at these people as bad because they're the only ones that I'm able to depend upon. That is why a lot of times when you see children that are in spaces where they have these real thoughts and real views of their parents doing them wrong, they want to get the fuck out of there because I cannot exist in this space of realness while being up under them as a dependent. I can't. So now.
And with the girls, it's even more. See, the boys don't care. The boys just stay. But the girls, they know they are biologically wired to understand they got a privilege, boy. They got privilege and rights to slaves too. They could start their own plantation. All they gotta do is play dumb with the cum, bro.
You got condom?
No, I ain't got no condom.
You know what you doing?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
You gonna pull out?
Yes.
I just came back from the clinic and I found out I was pregnant.
No, sorry.
Hello? He hung up on her.
Depend upon. That is why a lot of times when you see children that are in spaces where they have these real thoughts and real views of their parents doing them wrong, they want to get the fuck out of there. Because I cannot exist in this space of realness while being up under them as a dependent. I can't. So now I'm running away. Now I feel like I got to hurry up and grow up to get out of this house. I can't wait till I turn 16, 17. I can't wait till I'm 18. I'm going to go get my own place, right? You're rushing now to get to adulthood, not because I'm just trying to hurry up and grow up, but I peep certain shit, right? That it doesn't sit right in my mind in regards to me actually surviving as a little human. So I feel like I got to get out from under these people. Or you're going to have to use the coping mechanism of just looking at everything they do, right, as something that is right and that maybe you are bad and you need to be a better child.
You hitting it from the back, beating my shit in. I asked you why it feel like that. You said feel like what? I tell you meat to meat. You said you took the rubber off. So I'm throwing it back even harder. You tell me you got the nut, so I'm throwing it back even harder. You got the one hand on the neck, one thumb in ass, hitting my shit, beating it the fuck in. Now you nut. You leave the money on the dresser for a plan B. 2 days later, you calling my phone asking me, did I take what? I left the money on the dresser for the plan what?
A lot of these little youngins, a lot of our little girls in our community would not be looking for the meat if they was getting that proper love and that proper nourishment in the crib. And clearly they're not getting that proper love and proper nourishment in the crib. All you gotta do is show them a little bit of attention and you can get to meet the meat, guys. All you gotta do is show them a little bit of attention. The problem is, you see, guys, this is why I don't market y'all and I don't teach y'all how to get the meat from these girls. Cause y'all be trying to make, these girls got such a sad story. Y'all be trying to make these chicks into your wives, yo. And that's wrong. That's wrong. I mean, these women, you got to treat them how they treat themselves, guys. You know what I mean? So I could teach you how to get the meat from these type of girls, because they man, listen, these chicks right here, they are so neglected of love and self-care, self-love, you know what I mean? Oh man, yo. Man, listen, bro.
Treat you accordingly. If you are a piece of shit and you act that way to me, I will treat you that way. If you're nice, you're smiling, you want to have a good time, let's have a good time. I'm all hugs.
It's a lot of y'all saying that y'all can relate. And see, before you can create a sense of peace for yourself as an adult, you have to understand this type of stuff and you have to be comfortable, right? You have to be okay with saying out loud to you. This is not about going to check your parents or trying to make them understand what I'm explaining to y'all. It's about you understanding it and then you sitting with yourself and saying, you know what? Outside of the love and the care I have for my mom, outside of the respect and the care and the love I have for my father or my parents, what the fuck did they show, teach, do in front of me, expose me to that is not right, that I do not need to carry with me in my adult life, that was not okay?
Yo, my moms know I don't listen to nothing she told me that you know what I mean, it's little shits, like it's little nuance, like, you know what I mean, come on now, let's be real. Our parents told us some things that is like, okay, cool, I'll keep that. But the majority, I'm talking 80% of the shit she said out her mouth was a whole crab leg and was to protect my feelings. And you got to be okay with understanding that being a mature man is knowing that your mom spent all your money and she will spend all your money if you let her. And your mom's taught you a bunch of foolishness to protect you, to protect your feelings. And especially if you only was raised by your moms, then you know you ain't have no discipline. And some of y'all should even see the logic, because some of you that claim to have a dad and you know it's your stepdad, but you know he didn't tell you nothing. He couldn't tell you nothing. He couldn't discipline you. Y'all single mother raised. Y'all single mother raised because your moms is your discipline and your moms is your liar. Normally the moms is just there to lie to you and make sure you feeling good and you got self-esteem. Your self-esteem is always up. That's why she'll lie to you. You know what I mean? That's why I don't beat single mothers up for the crab leg to the kids. I beat single mothers up for the crab leg to the world. Because then they try to lie like we dumb. Like, man, we know you gotta lie. Your biology is hardwired to lie. And then you want to sit here and talk about you the realest, you tell the truth. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, you guys gotta understand. She tried. She did her best. But she just didn't have time to get to this type of information, this style of information, teach it to you while putting food on the table and closing your back. Our parents didn't have time to do that, bro. They didn't. You got to understand that. You got to be real with yourself. Now, I mean, if you running around here trying to paint your moms as super moms, then you use a dummy, bro, and it's not doing you any favors. And nobody really care that you got a super moms, bro. Nobody really cares.
whether I was a child or whether I'm still replaying it now, what are the things that they did not do correctly? This is how you grow. If you don't do this, you cannot grow. You will constantly be in a space where you are judging yourself while projecting onto other people that they're judging you. Anybody ever been around somebody and you try to offer them constructive criticism, right? You try to give them a space of, listen, I see what you're going through. Here's my advice for what it's worth. Maybe you asked me, maybe you didn't ask me, but I care. And that's why I'm saying it. And they take offense. They take offense. They say you're judging them. They feel some type of way. It was never meant to be that. You didn't even, care to focus your energy on them in a negative light. It was all about, trying to lace them up with some game. Newsflash to some of y'all, you've been through this and the person has taken offense. They cannot receive it because they don't have their own sense of peace. Before you got involved, they were not at peace with themselves.
That's a fact, guys. Remember, I told y'all earlier, some people, a lot of people, most people have this inner loser in them where they just gave up. They don't see no real way. They don't see no way. They made some poor choices and decisions in their past that they haven't let go of. So they just have a loser spirit. Some people, moms, planted a loser spirit in them because, a lot of your parents would rather see you need them than to be independent and go off and be successful in life. A lot of your parents positioned it and they did certain things to you, taught you certain things so that you always need them. And you look at them as if they're your God. You know what I mean? So you always revert back to them. You know what I mean? And you got to understand that is damaging. But remember, no matter what was done to you, no matter who did what to you, it's your responsibility to get that out of you. It's going to always be your responsibility to get that out of you. Poverty is 50% circumstance, 50% acceptance of that circumstance. You know what I mean? So we don't get to blame nobody, but we can address it. You don't get to blame, though. You don't blame your moms. I'll tell you that. Let's do it like that. You don't worry about blaming your moms because Mr. Goodbread will always blame your moms for you. So you go on and win. You go on and win. You don't distract yourself with blaming your moms because I'm going to blame that bitch for you, boy. I know what she did. You know what she did. And God know what she did. So you don't distract yourself with blaming your moms. You go on to win. She ain't going to apologize. Nobody that wronged you is going to apologize, to be honest with you. But go on and win, bro. Go on and win, bro. Let that shit go. Trust me. Let them hold it.
And so they can't receive shit you saying. Now, newsflash to some of y'all, you in relationships with people like that. Some of y'all laid up, you sleeping next to, you in a household, you trying to build a family with, you pregnant from, you done got somebody pregnant, that this is their character right now. This is what they're going through personality-wise. And so it doesn't matter how gentle you say it. Doesn't matter how feminine you try to come off. Doesn't matter how respectful you try to be. They're going to take it as harsh. They're going to take it as you being some type of way. They're going to take it as you judging them. They're going to take it as, why are you saying this to me? Why is this your business? Well, what about you? And then it turns into an argument because then they start to point out your flaws because they perceive what you're saying as a display or a presentation of you pointing out what's wrong with them. But that is because in their mind, right, there is trauma, there is baggage, there are unresolved.
What happened when the dude that you with don't got no flaws, though? What happened when you with a real one and he working on his flaws? Let me reiterate that. Let me go back. Rewind the tape. What happened when you with a man that identify his flaws and is working on his flaws? Because we all have flaws. So when you go mention a flaw, he can tell you that I'm working on that, though. You see me working on that, blah, 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 blah. Now what happened, love?
Unnecessary beliefs that they have about themselves that they don't realize. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing about creating a space of peace for yourself, right? You got to understand disrespect, right? Disrespect interrupts peace. Somebody type that on here. Disrespect interrupts peace.
Disrespect interrupts peace because disrespects sit on your mind, fellas. When a female disrespects you, it's hard for you to go on about your day. It's hard for you to get back to your purpose because it lingers in the back of your mind. We carry everything on our mind. We carry kids too, guys. We just carry it on our mind. We carry everything on our mind. You know what I mean? This is why it's important to make sure you're not sitting around and laying up with negative energy women. When you lay up with a Lilith, you will become a Lucifer. Not because you was made like that or because God wanted you to be an evil person. No, because you're gonna have to adjust to what you chill around. And when you make that adjustment and you know what I mean, because you're gonna have to make adjustments to tolerate it. And then you're gonna turn yourself into a Lucifer to tolerate the Lilith angle. But you still a Lilith. I mean, you still a Lucifer now. Then you go off and you keep that Lucifer shit with no blessings. You know what I mean? So you got to be very mindful and get away from these females that's negative, bro. And a lot of them front very well. A lot of them play like if they not negative. A lot of them play very well, but they do not hold up. It don't hold up. It don't hold up. They crack real quick, guys. They crack real quick. This is why you got to do everything in your power to resist. You got to hold off your commitment until you learn these females, bro. You got to see these females in all seasons, bro. You got to see these females when they mad, when they happy, when they celebrative, when every season, every single season, you got to see how they are. And you let people be what they are. So you know what you need to do, remember? And you go. Don't think it's any perfect people. It's not no perfect females. It's not none. It's not no perfect men. You know what I mean? Understand that. He made Lucifer perfect and he backstabbed him. So he ain't make Adam and Eve perfect, bro. They need each other.
For sure. Male, female, young, old, being disrespected, sitting in disrespect, experiencing disrespect interrupts peace. Thank you, KT. Disrespect interrupts peace, right? So now if you understand this, you want to create an environment, a space where I am interacting with people, family, friends, lovers, you know, whoever, that have a sense of respect for one another, right? Now, here's the tricky part about that. You have to receive the shit as disrespect. Your perspective or your view has to look at it as disrespect in order for it to actually be disrespect. What I mean by that is, depending on your mindset, the way you think, your traumas, your adverse childhood experiences, your early life experiences based on your choices, what season you in your life right now, what you going through physically, mentally, emotionally, it determines what you call disrespect. This is what people do not talk about. Everybody can agree with the first statement. Disrespect interrupts peace. But now when we start talking about your mindset is what determines what is disrespectful and what is not. Your lifestyle determines what is disrespectful and what is not. Because if you know, like I know, right? You've been in seasons of your life where certain shit was taken in offense, right? I done been in a season of my life where people done said and did certain shit and that shit bothered me. I took offense. It was disrespectful, right? And I felt the need to address it, say something. And the times that I didn't, I went home and I carried with me the feelings, right? Of feeling disrespected or feeling some type of way, right?
Exactly.
So now these same things have occurred in my life in a season where I was in a different space. And that same shit did nothing to me. Those same words that once bothered me, the same, behavior, I now view it completely same behavior. Different people. Sometimes it was the same people. It don't make me none. I don't feel disrespected. You ain't doing shit to me. Know why? Because I'm in a space in my life where now I understand those behaviors, those words, those things that you were doing, right? You're just being you. And for me to take offense on you or on you just being you, I ain't real. I ain't real. To be real, I got to expect and be okay with people being what they really are. Right? So if you a liar, right, and this is what you do, I don't give a fuck why you lied. If that's what you are, you ain't disrespecting me by being you. I have the ability to set boundaries to where I don't have to experience this, right? But I ain't gonna get offended. I'm not gonna go on a rant. I'm not gonna, oh, you disrespected me when this is how you behave. If you ratchet, if you don't have no home training, if you in a space where you don't know how to carry yourself in a classy manner or a mature manner, or you a low life, you don't know how to operate in a space of give or take, or not using people, or not coming off as messy or backstabbing, right? In a old season, a different version of myself, yes, that was real disrespectful. You done motherfucking tried me. I should go in your shit, right? Yes. Catch me back then, 100%. Catch me now, I don't give a damn, because you ain't finna come around me with that shit. I won't answer the phone for you, right? You will be blocked or that bitch will ring. I won't come in your vicinity. You will not be able to.
Right. You can't change. Once you get to maturity level, right? You understand you can't change friends, but you can change your friends. You get that? You can't change your friends, but you can change who your friends are. Message.
Show up in this good energy with that energy that is you. I'm not gonna fault you for being you. Just no thank you. No thank you. No thank you. No is a complete sentence. Not for me. You're fully able to be you. I'm not judging you. I'm not telling you to stop being a liar. I'm not telling you to stop being a cheat. I'm not telling you to stop being ratchet. I'm not telling you to stop being messy or backstabbing. Be you. Do you, baby? Keep that shit how you want to keep that shit. But guess what? There are standards and guidelines in being in this room with me. So the same shit, right, that was once disrespect, it ain't no more. And see, when you understand this, you realize a flip of my mindset, my peace, my viewpoint of things is all tied together. My mindset, how I choose to view shit, my perspective from my corner of the room on the same situation that other people are experiencing. See, a lot of y'all problem be, right? You believe that you have to get the other person, right, to accept your view. Watch this. You believe.
Abso-freaking-lutely, love. Oh, man.
You could trust Love Dorsey, Candace Owens, but I wouldn't trust the rest of them.
That you have to get the other person to accept your view. It's nothing wrong with getting them to hear your view, even understand your view. But we can agree to disagree to where you don't accept that this is the best option for us or for you to look at the situation from, right?
Right. Because when you get me to see it from your point of view, the way y'all be trying to do it, and you forcibly try to get me to see it the way you do, and you manipulate me into seeing it the way you do because you want to remove your fish hole or you want to do some old okey doke shit, now you're going to get the fake version of me. So now you get the lion version. You get the snake version of me. You created the snake version of me because no matter what you feel, what helps your feelings, I'm not really feeling that. I did not agree to that. I'm just going with the motions now. Now I'm just doing it because it's gonna make you feel good. But that's not really what I want to do. So you're cool with that? Are you cool with now you have a phony boyfriend, husband, baby father? This is what y'all do. This is why we constantly tell y'all and we preach, let people be who they want to be. And then you with that said, it'll let you know what you need to do rather than you trying to manipulate the person so that you can get the liar and you can get the snake. And then we got to hear your dumbass on social media talking about, oh, he a cheater, he a cheater. Come on now, sis. Come on now, sis. Like, you know what I mean?
How many baby fathers do you got? Answer me that.
And so when you get this mature, you realize this shit is tied to my peace.
Right.
Me being able to sit up here and explain to y'all my perspective as to why I view the situation the way I do, and then being okay with you hearing me out, right? And then you saying after you hear me out that you still don't give a fuck about what I said, right? This is where my peace starts. It starts with me being able to say, you know what? They're allowed to feel like that. You allowed to lay out your view, love. You allowed to tell them how you saw the situation and how it made you feel and why you came up with it. You are allowed to lay out your facts. And when you done, they allowed to say, fuck you. I still don't agree, bitch. And you're still a bitch to me. They are, right? And my peace lies in the idea that I know I'm able to leave at this point. Or I can stay. It's up to me. They ain't doing shit to me. They being themselves. They're allowed to have their perspective. A lot of y'all don't realize this. So you're in relationships right now trying to force acceptance of your perspective onto the other person. You in friendships right now. You're trying to force that girl to fucking accept the way that you view shit. You in a circle of homeboys. You trying to force them niggas to see the shit your way. Some of y'all, you in
Right. And whoever gave you your information is dead a loser. Whoever gave you that information is a loser and you losing. So why the F I'm going to listen to you? Why the F am I going to take banking advice, financial advice, when all you did was sell drugs your whole life? Like, bro, I'm not dumb. I like you. Love you like cook food. You my homie. Yeah, we slept on the floor. We shot people together and all this extra shit. But, bro, I'm not taking no advice about finances from you, bro. I'm not. And y'all got to get in the habit of that. Just because y'all be around people don't mean it's cool to take information, pieces of information from people. When you know they done engaged in stupid shit their whole life. So how are they going to give you some smart shit? How is they finna give you some smart advice when you know these people is for this area in life and this area only? Come on, guys. We got to get up out of this phony shit just because we love these people or because we think highly of these people or because these people saved us when we were scared. Your OG, not your OG, bro, if he ain't really winning. That y'all be giving these people with the street credibility and no credit, mad respect. Motherfucker got no credit. All he got is street credibility. $0 in the bank. And y'all just be sucking fart out they butt. Cause you can't fight and they can fight. Bro, don't get knocked out following the wrong people, bro.
co-parent the situation. You trying to make your baby daddy see the shit the way you see it. Some of y'all, you trying to make you done sent your baby mama 100 text messages, nigga. She don't agree. And the beauty about life is she has the right not to. She don't receive your perspective. Some people will listen, understand, receive it, agree, change how they were looking at it at first, and some will not at all do none of that. None of that. This is the part where y'all lose the concept that you're in control of your peace and you swear that everybody getting on your nerves or motherfuckers be trying you or you just going through stuff or God give his strongest battles or his worst battles or his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. So now you done told yourself you a soldier in the army of the Lord and some.
Exactly. Now, I'm glad you touched on that because I'm one of God's strongest soldiers. I'm one of his favorite sons, and he don't give me nothing but blessings. He don't give me the demons that he be giving y'all. So y'all ones that be running with this, he give his tough. You's a dummy. You a whole dummy, yo. And we could pray together so we can ask God if that's true, nigga.
Some sort of war, or so now you in a jihad. You in some sort of holy war, right? But in all reality, you're just not self-aware. You are not real with yourself about how the world works. And this is where your peace lies. It lies in the idea that the same way you are able to hold your own beliefs and views and feelings and perspectives and perception, so is everybody else. So is everybody else. When you realize this is when you start to learn how to set boundaries and respect other people's boundaries. This is when you learn how to look at what is valuable to you. What are your values, right? What is integrity? What is ethics? What does it mean to have honor and loyalty, right? And this is when you move, behave, act, make decisions based on that. and you're okay with if people around you aren't okay. And if they drop off, it's some of y'all, you bitter because of who you lost along the way. I'm gonna say that again. Some of y'all, you bitter because of who you lost along the way.
And on top of you being bitter because of who you lost along the way, they wasn't no use to you anyway. They were not helpful to you. They were not useful to you. Y'all were not useful to each other. Let me say it like that. It's a lot of people that I would love to be fake and phony to from my elementary school, from my junior high school, and even high school. But we don't add value to each other by no stretch of the imagination. So if I see them, it's always a hi, how you doing, what's up? But as far as me playing fake and phony, like, oh, if they're my best rider, no, that's not gonna happen. We probably will not even speak ever again. They probably will die, and I probably will be like, okay, I'll go to the funeral, or I probably won't, and I'll say my own little prayer like how I normally do. But that's what I'm talking about. It's that level of realism that you need to have when we talking about being mature, being a mature adult, guys. You got to understand that those people that you used to chill with in high school, sit at that lunch table with, you know what I mean? You might not never see them again, and that's okay. They gonna go on and do what they need to do in life, and you gonna go on and do what you need to do in life. But if you do not add value to the person and they don't add value to you, then it's no need to being fake and phony. Let's get out of that. Let's stop normalizing fake and phony, bro.
Relationships that didn't work out, friendships that didn't work out, arguments that you perceived that you lost because you couldn't get the other person to accept your perspective or your view or your feelings. This is one of the things we're supposed to be taught in our upbringing. That's why before I even got this far, I read y'all something that has to do with childhood, because a lot of y'all don't understand this from an adult space, because the adults that raised you had you believing that every bit of their perspective, every time conflict or tough situations came up, that everybody that rolled with them, everybody that live in their house, everybody that's riding with them, everybody that they buy clothes for, everybody that they feed, better view this shit how they view this shit. I'm gonna say this shit again. There's a lot of y'all, you was raised where
Exactly, and that's where that generational curse start, and that's where your core beliefs start, because your mama, who didn't have no information for you, but she closed you, told you the lies that you carry to this very same day. You carry those formulas to this very same day, and it's, well, I've been doing this all my life. Even though you've been doing it wrong, that's all you can say. All you can say is, well, I've been doing this all my life. It ain't killed so-and-so, but you don't believe that people could be living and dead, walking dead. You don't believe in the walking dead. And that's what that is. That's exactly what that is. G-Man, what up?
everybody that roll with mama, everybody that live with mama, everybody that mama feed, everybody that mama clothe, everybody that mama taking care of, bitch, you better believe what the fuck she believe. I don't give a damn what your own mind telling you. You better ride with what mama say, right? Or you're not a good child. You're not a good person. You doing that to your mama? Boy, that's your mama. I don't give a damn what she said to you, girl. That's your mama. Y'all.
And y'all know me. I don't play that. I don't play that. I check my mama. So ain't no old lady gonna come up on my platform or my panel looking for respect by default. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen, yo. We gonna have a hell of a live if you think that's gonna happen. And I had one old lady. I thought she was a rider. I thought she was with me. Yo. She was a gatekeeper over me. You know what I mean? Gatekeeper, one of my old school teachers, yo. I thought she was real with me. I thought she was really with me when I started this joint. She really, yo, that's why I say these women is real slick, bro. And they like to stand on top of your shoulders, bro. But I thought she was a rider, bro. She was no rider. She was a hardcore feminist. And she the reason why I'm here now. She the reason why, because she challenged me and I did not back down. Every conversation, every private conversation, she used to challenge me and tell me what I couldn't do and how this is not going to work and how that's not going to work. And, bro, when I tell y'all, I'm a dummy, son. I'm a stubborn dummy, and I'm a recovering troll. But I sat there, entertained that foolishness. In the back of my mind, I already knew the next live I was going to do, killing them. And you guys got to get that same swag and energy, yo. Y'all got to stop letting these modern women with the feminist mindset who benefited from us being stupid for so long. You got to stop letting them stand on your shoulders, bro, because they will stand on your shoulders and rock all the way out. Why change the status quo when they benefited from it for so long? They on their way out. So what do they care if shit changed when they benefit from it right now? What happened if it changed and they no longer benefit and they got to do the work? You know, a lot of people really high off this early bird catches the worm shit because they was there first and they was there early that they should be getting rewarded. Like, I don't care about that, bro. I don't promote that. I like cheese. Cheese tastes better than the worm. And they always talking that early bird get the worm shit, but they never finish the quote. They never finish the quote, bro. Check that video out where I got the 15 quotes that they never finished. You be surprised when you hear the rest of the quotes. How by them saying the quote the way they say it, just leaving it as is, it's actually backwards. It's counterproductive. When you hear the early bird catches the worm, that gets you hyped. Like, yeah, I'ma just show up. But they never tell you that the second mouse get the cheese. This is why y'all never educated. Y'all never get educated before y'all make the move, before y'all just jump out the window like Ron Browns. Y'all just go jumping out the window before y'all get educated because they never finish the whole quote. They never tell y'all that the second mouse get the cheese. Cheese tastes better than the worm, yo. The math got to math up. Remember, 1 + 1 = 2 over here, baby. You know what I mean? 1 + 1 = 2. When you educate yourself, you have skill. So even if the opportunity is scarce, you getting picked. You know what I mean? Education is the key. Remember, hard work is for those that don't want to get educated. That's why hard work is not rare. Skilled work is rare. And skilled work get paid more than hard work. Message. Hard work only get you fed for the day. Skilled work get you the wealth.
I don't understand that's y'all mama. Y'all don't understand what she sacrificed. Fuck that. She did shit that's fucking tearing us the fuck down. You just got to accept that that's your mama and take on her viewpoint, right? So now watch this. Fast forward, you in relationships and that nigga that rode with you, that bitch that rode with you, that female that lived with you, that man that lived with you, them kids that you taking care of, you doing the same shit to them. They got to accept your viewpoint. They have to agree with your perspective or you get nasty. You get an attitude. They don't even have an identity outside of you when they're in your presence, right? And this is why a lot of these kids get older. A lot of us got older and we realized, I want to get the fuck out this house. Even while being told, listen, it's tough out here now. You doing all that shit about moving out your mama's house now. You move out and you ask for a job and bills out here. And everybody like, motherfucker, bring on the bills. Bring them bitches on. Get me the fuck up.
Right. I'd rather risk it. I'd rather bet on myself than to sit here and sink in this ship that you's got in, mama. We clearly see and we now know what God meant when he said we'll tear it down with their own hands. He ain't say the man in that one. We'll tear it down with their own hands, their own household. This is what he talking about, guys. It's written. It's written. But this is why them kids get the fuck out of there, boy. This is why them kids get the hell up out of there. Y'all know. Stop playing.
You got a condom?
No, I ain't got no condom.
You know what you doing?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
You gonna pull out?
Yes.
I just came back from the clinic and I found out I was pregnant.
No, sorry.
Hello? Hello? He hung up on her.
Up out of here because I can't even think for myself. I can't feel. I can't have an opinion, a perspective, a viewpoint outside of hers, or it's disloyal. It's disrespectful. If I say how I feel or I point out what is fact from what I seen with my eyes, and it doesn't match what she says is fact from her viewpoint, or dad don't see this as fact from his viewpoint. Now I'm disrespectful. Ooh, look how they teaching you these beliefs about what disrespect is, when in all reality, somebody having their own perspective of the same situation that you was involved in and they was involved in is not disrespect. That's just being two different people.
Facts. The truth is not disrespect, but they taught you that. They taught you that.
But guess what? Programmed in your subconscious mind is a belief that is disloyal and it is disrespectful. And how dare you have a difference of viewpoint from somebody that let you borrow some money? I want to know, is this really clicking?
It's popping on all files.
Because I'm giving y'all the route.
This shit clicking right now, love. This shit hitting, and they can't do it like us, bro. They can't do it like us. We the perfect combination. We the perfect combination. We the yin and the yang, bro. We the yin and the yang, love. And it ain't even no thirsty joint, love, because I wouldn't date you, love. I'll chill with you, though. I'll take you to City Island. I'll roll the red carpet out for you over here in New York. But I wouldn't date you, love. But I understand you. And you is fire. You the queen of this shit. You know what I mean? Salute. Love a Floridian. It's something about New York, Florida, and Chicago, boy. Salute to my other cities and my other boroughs, man. I love y'all too. But it's something about New York, Florida, and Chicago. And I'm telling you, we got the most horriblest women too. We got the most they terrible. They terrible.
The roadmap, y'all be saying, here's the solution. This is the solution to creating a sense of peace in your mind. Sierra is clicking. A lot of y'all are a grown version, a spinoff of your parents, not because you look.
Love Dorsey, I say that all the time, and they get mad, they get triggered. I say they mini versions of their mother. I say it all the time, love. They're a mini version of their mother. They get mad.
Exactly like them, not because you want to be like them, not because you told yourself like, this is what I want for me. You them because of the beliefs. We don't have to be raised in the same household. All I got to do is instill my beliefs about life and how to deal with people into your mind. Okay. You me. You every bit of me. And so some of y'all in the physical, you don't look like your parents. You carry yourself different. You might even eat different. You try to talk different, maybe a little bit more proper than them, or maybe you a little bit more hood than your parents. You don't work where they work. Maybe your parents work in physical labor jobs and you work in corporate America. Maybe you're an entrepreneur and they worked at the local grocery store all their life. Maybe you got a Benz and they drove a Toyota all their life. Like, regardless of what the physical look like, if they got your ass with them same beliefs, that's what controls your behavior.
That's a fact. And I tell you this all of the time. We gonna you gotta let your mom stick her hands in her pocket and be like, I don't raise him like that. But I ain't gotta do that. I ain't gotta do that. But you got to. Understand, don't distract yourself with the fact that she gonna stick her hands in her pocket and say she ain't raised you like that. But the values that she instilled in you at 5 is the same values you carry on at 17, 18, 19. But you know, she gonna run around here talking about she ain't raised you like that. You make your own decisions. Understand? But I'll do it. Don't worry. I'll kick the shit out of her all the time. You just go on and be great, like I told you. You go on and be great. Trust me. It's doable.
Conscious thoughts mean nothing in regards to changing habitual behavior when the motherfucking beliefs don't align. This is why a lot of y'all in the conscious mind can learn new information, like I'm sitting on here telling y'all some new shit. But if you don't repetitiously tell yourself these same philosophies that I'm kicking on this motherfucker, you're going to go right back after hearing all this shit to what you've been doing.
That's a fact, guys. You got to repeat this. My channel going to get repetitive. But if you really want to win, and if you really want to stop pretending like you winning and really win, then you gonna repeat this over and over until you learn it, until you relearn the right way. We were all taught wrong, bro. I had to relearn myself. I had to relearn myself. I had to retool myself, guys. I had to reteach myself, guys. I did not just drop from the sky. I know y'all be looking for the Savior, the Messiah. I am not the Antichrist. I am not Jesus. I did not just drop from the sky. I am not a plant. Bro, I had to put in the work. And when I say put in the work, I had to rechange my mind, meaning I had to read books. I had to get all that stupid shit out of my Holy Spirit, which is my subconscious mind. That's what I had to do, bro. You know what I mean? And it's not hard. It's not undoable. It's not owned. It's, you know what I mean? This is not reserved to just to certain people. Anybody can do it. You just gotta have the will. You just gotta want to do it. You gotta want to win. You gotta want to win, guys. You gotta want it.
If you cannot understand that my peace is tied to accepting the fact that everybody is different, they have their own mind, they have their own set of beliefs, they have their own feelings, they are allowed to disagree. They are able, right, to be involved in the same situation as me and view it different. Some of y'all, this is why you're so angry. You're so angry. Some of y'all.
That's a fact, y'all. We got Cuzzo in the building, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all get on over there to the Cuzzo. That's my real cousin, my biological cousin. She could fact check. She could verify every single story I tell. In fact, she tells some stories on her channel, guys. She's a real femininity coach that teach women how to be feminine, how to stay and remain in their femininity, how to shrug the hate off, how they don't have to be masculine. You don't ever have to turn yourself masculine. Get you a man. Sorry, guys, she's taken. She's married. Sorry. But she's still giving y'all that work. She giving women that work. And she a little softer than love because she's a cooking channel, guys. So she going to teach you how to cook. A lot of you chicks don't know how to cook. A lot of you chicks don't have the skills to pay the bills. She's going to teach you how to cook while creating that female space that y'all need. Understand, I know female nature, and a real man know female nature, and we rather y'all chill around a bunch of females than a bunch of niggers. Cause a lot of you new women, you new style women, yeah. Oh, I don't have women friends. I just got That's the segue for us to be the boo-boo the fool. That's the segue right there. But no. She's a female channel that creates that female environment for females to go, talk, get it off their chest. Cause yes, if you with a real man like me, you gonna need some females to vent to. Because I am tough. And that's how real relationships is tough. So she creates that space over there. So y'all make sure y'all go over there and check her out, y'all. You know me, I don't put a stamp on nothing that's bullshit. Cause I pride myself in telling y'all the truth and giving y'all, it's garbage pickup. It's time to pick up the garbage. I hear the noise. So let me get back to all right. They stopped it. But it's garbage pickup right now, guys. They got to pick up the garbage. So, but I pride myself on giving y'all the real deal, the real content. You know what I mean? I want to give everybody their credit. I don't want to play like I am the genius and no, I'm just like y'all, bro. I just make a little bit, I just have the information to where I can make better choices and decisions, but I'm just like y'all. You know what I mean? So get there, y'all. Get to her channel. I'm telling you, bro. Especially my sisters with sense. Fellas, y'all might go there, chime in every now and then to make sure it's authentic or the facts check me. But my sisters with sense, get there, bro. Get there. And Tamika, next time you come to the city, what's up, man? I'm gonna need you. We gonna need you in the kitchen. We gonna need a video. You and Mrs. Brad in the kitchen making some. I'm gonna need that macaroni and cheese that I saw the other day on your channel. I'm gonna need that. Yeah. because I'm eating the good. I'm eating healthy right now. I'm damn near vegan because everybody in this house run around here following Tanera and KDH. Everybody want to be Tanera and KDH. So everybody in this damn house vegan. So I'm going to need me a good meal. So I've been vegan, but I'm going to need me a good meal. I'm not vegan by choice. I'm vegan by choice, actually, because these mofos. But I'm going to need me a good meal, cuzzo. So, know what I mean? Let's get back to the live. But, cuzzo, I had to give you your props because I was over there. Me and Nisha was over there, yo. Fire. Yo, I want you to go. I want you to learn how to use the StreamYard so you can engage with your audience more. And we gonna holler, cuzzo.
Oh, you started off when you first seen my content, you were angry with me. You seen my content, and because the things that I was saying was a different perspective.
Cuzzo, can you drop your link in there, cuzzo? Can you please drop your link? Cause I gotta play the video. I know I my bad, y'all. I know I took y'all from the thing, but we do try to teach. We do try to teach long attention spans. But yeah, drop your link in there, cuzzo, please.
Than what you had on certain situations, it was like, here she go again with that bullshit. Here she go again with that single mothers produce the worst product. Here she go again with the culture need to change. Here she go again with that accountability shit, right? And it bothered you. It sounded disrespectful, right? You took it in offense because of the way your mindset is set up.
That's a fact. That's the same thing they did to me, love. They did, you being disrespectful. No, you being nah, that's because you was conditioned to believe some stupidness. You was conditioned to believe all the wrong stuff. And you got it, you locked it into your Holy Spirit. So now you think that that's a fact. I told you, if you don't go explore stuff that sit on your conscious mind, when they get pushed back to your subconscious mind, you're going to think that it's a fact. You're going to think it's a belief. And sorry to bust your bubble, that shit not a fact. It's not a belief.
You don't realize that, listen, the viewpoint I have, right? I have that based on my beliefs. If as an adult, I didn't spend any season of my life working on shaping and molding my beliefs,
getting educated,
from me understanding,
getting educated, you know, messing with the default settings, guys.
There's people walking around out here that are soulless avatars simply operating on matrix programming. They're living, but they're not alive. And they're all around us. They're all over the place. People that have never woken up to who they truly actually are. They simply are operating on the code that they've been programmed and given since they were born, since they were even in the womb and at gestation. The same code, just running on programming, never exceeding the programming, never reprogramming the programming, never editing it, never hacking themselves. Just running on the pure code and living a complete lie, believing that they're alive, but they're not.
Accountability shit, right? And it bothered you. It sounded disrespectful, right? You took it in offense because of the way your mindset is set up. You don't realize that, listen, the viewpoint I have, right? I have that based on my beliefs. If as an adult, I didn't spend any season of my life working on shaping and molding my beliefs from me understanding how the world works, these ain't my beliefs. This ain't even my perspective. It's a generational curse. For some of y'all, it's a slave mentality. For some of y'all, it's the same mentality your parents or your family has. And if there's no values that lie in that, if there is no sense of building anything, if there is no growth, right? And y'all know what I mean. You know when you grown and your family ain't got shit. Meaning, what the fuck is the point of taking a bunch of philosophies from a group of people that did not build anything? What is the point of taking a bunch of game, right? Put it in even more like, what's the point of taking a bunch of rules or things that you're supposed to do from somebody or a group of people or a culture that is making no forward progress, has nothing built, right?
That's why I tell y'all, make sure when y'all run into these channels for y'all entertainment, that you not intaking more entertainment than you taking the actual meal. You know what I mean? Because the entertainment is the dessert. The infotainment, the education is the meal. Remember, I asked y'all, remember that live we did? And I asked y'all, do you want to be entertained or do you want to be educated? Those are decisions you're going to have to make in life. Those are one of them tough decisions you're going to have to make in life. And those of you that chose entertained, you already know you fall right into the blueprint. They said if you give them a loaf of bread, it wasn't no good bread, and some entertainment, and they'll never revolt. So all they gotta do is give you a loaf of bread in the circus, and you'll shut up and think you really winning, but you're a whole slave, bro. You're a whole slave.
Nothing of value to give. And some of y'all, you really got to be real with yourself. When I'm saying nothing of value, I mean just that. Nothing of fucking value. Some of y'all, down to the recipes that y'all cooking y'all self and y'all children, is poison. High blood pressure, is diabetes, is gout, is heart disease, is thyroid problem. This is what they handed you in the recipes. Trash. The parenting styles. You ain't even whole enough to pick the right type of mate. You've been fucking and sucking or dropping your semen off in demons, right? You ain't got nobody in your past that you really value the interaction with them early on because you was picking wrong. Trash. In whatever beliefs they gave you to have you attracted to what you're attracted to. The environment.
That's a fact, yo. Look how y'all quickly switched on motherfucking Kendrick Lamar just because Lil Wayne taught you how to grow dreads and put tattoos on your face and look like a dummy. Y'all niggas use Kendrick Lamar to shit on Drake because he represents success, right? Because Drake was too successful. Eat the rich. You know what I mean? So y'all use Kendrick Lamar to knock Drake off because y'all got the crab in the barrel spirit. That's that loser spirit that's implanted in most of y'all niggas. And y'all use Kendrick to knock him off, but then Lil Wayne, he y'all leader, right? He y'all leader because he taught y'all how to drink lean and get tattoos on your face. So he more ratchet than Kendrick. So y'all got mad. Y'all felt offended, highly offended that y'all leader, the leader of the US movement, got picked over the leader of the I'm in love with a stripper. You know what I mean? See, yeah, it's just meant HPD. That's some HPD shit, yo. And it shows and it flares up in our community all the time.
They exposed you to. It got you killing your own kind. You attracted to killing motherfuckers that look like you. You in a space where financial literacy and building wealth, assets versus liability. You don't have no real values, philosophies, information that built anything for your family. And this is why you ain't building nothing for yourself. And I can go into all kind of areas. Mental health. You ain't been shown no real. Soon as y'all start saying y'all gonna go to therapy and shit like that, y'all mamas and shit be getting mad. I did a video.
Facts. That's a fact. Soon as you tell your moms, yo, I'm watching Love Dorsey, I'm watching Mr. Goodbread. Why you watching them for? Why you watching them? They ain't no good. They ain't no good. They're a scam. They're a scam. You know, you got to peep these people. You got to peep the people that don't want you to grow. Peep the people that want you to go. Those are the ones that surround you. Those not your ops. You know what I mean? Your ops is not the ones that don't want you to grow. It's the ones that you sit around. It's the ones that's up around you. Yeah. Why you listening to him?
2 Father Days ago, right? So 2 years ago on Father's Day, I did a video where I explained this is how you can tell if your mama real or not, right? In regards to your upbringing. And this is along the lines of the topic of deadbeat baby daddies, parental alienation, all that good stuff, right? And I'm saying good stuff because it's a topic that needs to be talked about more. So I made a video and this was my homework to the people on the video. Whether you're a teenager or a grown adult, right? Express to your mother if you came from a single parent household, usually it's a female, grandmother, auntie, whoever raised you, right? Even if it's a man, same concept, right? Go to them and just tell them, when I get a chance, I want to ask my other parent about what happened. When I get a chance, I want to talk to my daddy and get his side and his viewpoint on what happened and why he was or wasn't there, or why the relationship was the way it was, or why I got what I got or didn't get what I didn't get from him or her, right?
And you guys remember that. Y'all know we not no Love Dorsey dick riders. We've been rocking with Love for 4 years now. Y'all remember the video she talking about. It's called Ask Your Dad. If y'all want, y'all could go check it out on my channel. Y'all can go to, well, y'all ain't gonna be able to find that video unless it's on my channel. But it's called Ask Your Father. That's the video she talking about. And man, they didn't like that too much. They like the truth, and they real, but they ain't like that too much. Why? Why? Why?
Right? This was my homework, right? And so when you go say this to them, a good majority is going to try to tell you the answer themselves, because they don't want you to go speak to that person, because a good majority of what they've been feeding you is lies or just their emotional perspective. Meaning, exactly the same shit I was saying in the beginning of this video. They need you to accept only their viewpoint of the situation. Now, a real one going to encourage you to do that without ever talking about how they want you to feel. They're going to say, that's good. I think that'll help you. And they will encourage you. You will feel confident.
And I'm telling you, and I stand on this, only 20% of moms going to tell you that's good. I know some moms that let the kid go with the dad. I know some moms that said, oh, you really want to play this game? And they let the kid go with the dad. The dad fucked the kids up, but the moms let the kid go with the dad. Now, that's on the dad. And we are coming upon Simp Week. So next week will be our annual Simp Week. And we'll be discussing some of those topics right there, too, because nothing goes unturned over here at the Righteous Fair. So, yeah, I know some dads that requested their child, and then I know some moms that said, fuck it, because they was the 20% of moms that are born to be mothers. Those some good mothers. They can watch my little man, Shamari, all of the time. I don't know about Tanera and Ayana. They too old to be getting babies. But they can watch my little man anytime. 20% only.
Confident about going and speaking to your father. But I guarantee it's a lot of y'all, you go say this to your grandma or your mama, she gonna cuss you the fuck out. What you want to talk to that bitch for? That nigga ain't shit. I don't get out my motherfucking house talking about you want to talk to him, and I'm the one that raised. Every bit of them, right? The real them is gonna show up in that conversation, because in our community, there's a lot of lying going on about paternity. There's a lot of bullshit going on with parental alienation. There's a lot of one-sided shit. There's a lot of men and women that had children or got pregnant out of situations of just irresponsible sex. And that,
wait, did you say irresponsible sex? You said irresponsible sex. I know that's what you said, love. You wouldn't happen to be talking about this.
You got a condom?
No, I ain't got no condom.
You know what you doing?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
You gonna pull out?
Yes.
I just came back from the clinic and I found out I was pregnant.
No, sorry.
Hello? Hello? He hung up on her.
Goddamn, love. You on point. You on point with that. And then you said something about paternity, right? You did say something about paternity.
You think that I was pretty.
No, you're not cute at all. Lying to this man about his child as you believe it to be, threatening, lying to him, telling him you had an abortion of his child, knowing that it was his child. Let me see the results. Playing games. Give you this and that, so you can tell that other man all that. That's not his child. Have a good day.
25 can't cook, can't clean. They don't want to work nothing. Niggas that's 31 and over get in relationships with them and wonder why shit ain't working. That's because all young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick eat hot Cheetos, charge their phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never off.
We have a new type of young woman today. That type of young woman believes that she does not have to have any other qualifications to mate with a man other than bring sex. And they have some kind of ridiculous idea that a man is supposed to house, feed, and clothe them and their children, buy them anything they want, give them money, pay their bills, as they say, and do everything for them, and all they're going to bring to the table is their vagina. That makes it very difficult, and it confuses our men, because nature made you to be attracted to us to procreate and made us to be attracted to you. We are not independently here. The egg in us would lay there forever if the man didn't fertilize the egg. The life comes from the sperm. It don't come from the egg. We feel that since we carry the baby, it's put in us, that gives us a greater power, because we can reproduce you, but we can't reproduce you without you. But we have used sex because that's what we were taught in our ancestral slave history. That was our only value. That was the only thing we had to negotiate with. And we have come full circle, that we have produced a generation of young women who believe that their only value is sex. So we have put your total focus and mind just on sex.
That it was going to be nothing but co-parenting from the time you were conceived, but a lot of women don't want to accept that. There are a lot of men that conceive outside of a relationship with another woman. And so you were born out of some shit that was not love, but she ain't going to tell you that. She's going to tell you the man abandoned y'all, but really he wasn't fucking with her. And if he wasn't fucking with her, oh, how he can't fuck with you. It's a lot of y'all, when you go to ask this or make this statement that, hey, you know what? I'm at a space in my life where I want to talk to my dad and get his viewpoint. I want to talk to my dad's side of the family if he's no longer living, right? I want to speak to my paternal grandmother or my paternal aunties and uncles, cousins, and get an idea of an outside perspective or a different perspective on what happened. Yeah, I called to ask your dad. Right? A lot of y'all will get the fuck slapped out of you if you try to present the idea of ask your dad. Some of y'all, if you live with your mom, she's probably going to kick you out if you tell her you want to ask your dad. And that, sir or ma'am, is a sure way to know that it's some bullshit going on. If you have to emotionally manipulate me with anger and negative feelings and all of your viewpoint, right? For me to not develop my own view outside of you, this is trauma. You're not a good parent. I don't give a fuck how many pairs of Jordans or how many Christmases you bought all the stuff. A healthy adult, an adult that's able to be at peace mentally, is able to confront things from childhood, get an understanding, develop their own perspective, exist outside of their mother and father as an individual being. Children are not some sort of extension of you only. They are an individual person that will need to lean on their own mind and their own mental peace and their own sense of confidence and self-awareness, right? At some point. And so when you raise them to only connect with your emotions, when you raise them to only be tolerated by you, right? It becomes a fucking problem. Life.
And God asked the kids to not bow down to y'all. God asked the men to not bow down to y'all, guys. We read in Exodus 25. So y'all not God. All right. So the way y'all be deserving, because y'all the way y'all be demanding what y'all deserve, it be God-like. And y'all not God. Y'all not. You're not. And I know our democratic demons cater to y'all, and they gas y'all up, and they got y'all really feeling like y'all God, because everything is given to y'all. But y'all not God. All right? Y'all not.
Becomes a problem. The idea is, it has nothing to do with, and I'm glad somebody said that. Somebody said having respect for elders is biblical and righteous, right?
There you go. There you go. That was one of them old trigger dumb bitches. Oh, love, please. That was one of them old trigger ones that benefit from the status quo. That's one of them old ones that always try to stand on your shoulders and try to play you because you young, love. So she try to remind you of some shit that's a lie. She try to remind you of some shit that's not in our studies, bro. Because nowhere in our psychological studies do it say we got to give old folks respect by default. Because in our psychological studies, it teaches us that old folks that are dated in the 60s and 70s, they can't teach us shit. They can't teach us nothing but how to be nice individuals and how to have manners. And that's if they had manners. Now, if they ain't got manners, then they can't teach us nothing. So, love, I would have hit her with the sit down, bald head roach. That's what I would have hit her with. Let's see what you do.
What in anything that I said has to do with disrespect. But if you're an elder that wants to manipulate the younger generation to never look at you for what you really are, you will turn it into a conversation of respect or disrespect. It's the oldest trick in the book. That's where your grandma or your mama don't use that Bible verse that you're going to die early if you don't respect or obey them, right? There's also parts in the Bible that explain, right, about not antagonizing or fucking poking or doing intentional harm to your child.
It's called do not provoke your kid. Yep. That's what you're talking about, love. You know, I know. See, this is where I get you, love. This is where I one up you. Because you great. You the goat. You the female goat. But this is where your big brother comes in. It says, do not provoke these kids. Yeah. And it also says providing for your household. Yeah. So that means if you don't provide masculinity and correction and discipline for your household, you are worse than a non-believer. You know what I mean? Now, I ain't saying you got to keep the toxic baby father, but you better get you a man, sis. You better get you a man that can provide the discipline and the correction for that household.
Child. There is also parts in the Bible that talk about mental health and things that y'all skip over and go straight to a disrespect or a respect. Disrespect and respect comes from a space of how you perceive it, your mindset. So if you grew up in a certain era, that took everything as disrespect. Say anything back, disrespect. Anything. I've witnessed as a child and as an adult, adults whooping a child's ass because the child pointed out something that was true and it had nothing to do with respect or disrespect.
Absolutely. And I will never, ever run my household like that. I don't. So I would never run a show. I would never run a program, a channel, nothing like that. Where you gonna come in here and try to use God to scare everybody when you don't even believe in the real God. That will never happen. That will never happen. And I know my analytics. So I know I get mega support from the older women. So it's not all older women. So I'm going to definitely say that when it comes to the older. You younger bald head roaches, it's all of y'all. With the older women, it's a lot of older women that support my channel because they have no reason to lie anymore. So I respect y'all, appreciate y'all. You can feel how you want to feel. I'm never going to kiss no old woman ass, bro. Never. But I respect those that understand and know this is for your sons. This is for your grandsons. Your time has come. Your hour has passed. Care about somebody else. Care about something more than yourself. You're not going to get a chance to be selfish your whole life. That's why I really don't care if I trigger any modern woman, because that just let me know how selfish you is. Because 9 times out of 10, any modern woman that get triggered by our content has a son. And that just tells you a lot. That's very telling, because this information is vital for men. Nobody addresses men issues in our community. This is why the Democrats finna lose. This is why Kamala finna lose. Because nobody want to address male issues. This is one of the few platforms where a male with results, who's not bitter, who have a woman, who have a family, who have money, can get on here and speak for the man. with T's crossed and I's dotted. Make sure y'all hit that like button, guys.
I've seen kids get a whooping for something they did not do, right? And when the adult found out that they whooped the child in an unjust manner, meaning you beat this child ass thinking that they broke your vase, but they really wasn't the one that broke it, right? Never went back and apologized. And if the child, right, spoke up, no, I teach, right? And I teach with emphasis. You're hurt and you want me to get off of here from teaching these people this real shit. You want to come on here with the Bible and try to scare us into living in our truth, which is what a lot of older people that I'm talking about, this is what they do. They make you believe that if you say, Grandma, you whooped him, but he didn't break that vase. Sit your ass down. Don't talk back to me. That's why you ask, you honor thy father and thy mother. You need to respect your elders or your day is going to be short. So now the baby going to die because they pointed out that your ass did something wrong. At what point as elders do you guys become accountable for your lack of, right? For your...
Never. They never gonna be accountable. That's why the little kids running around here not accountable. They will never apologize for the cat box. They know what's in that cat box. They know they didn't have time to get to this type of information, this style of facts and truth, to teach it to the kids so that they can be factual and truthful. These are the sacred writings that we're supposed to be taught. These are the pieces that's in the Bible, the pieces of knowledge and wisdom that's in the Bible that our parents were supposed to teach us night and day. But they didn't do that because they was too worried about consumerism. They were too worried about fitting in. They were too worried about acceptance. But they thought it was a brilliant idea to enjoy raw, hard penis with veins in it and bring us into the world. And then front, like if our father had anything to do with that other than giving them pleasure in raw, hard D with veins in it. We a dummy though, but they want us to be a dummy, right? We the stupid fools because we their kids, right?
What you need to do is stop playing. You might have all these crusty, dusty musties tricked, but you ain't tricking us.
Then right, they make that choice and bring us here, right? Then they tell us weird shit like our grandpa bought our grandma all this expensive furniture, floor mount TV, plastic all on the couch, and left her. That don't make no sense to me, bro. I will never believe that story, bro. You's a goddamn fool if you believe that story, yo. I just want y'all to believe that. Down to your mama, your baby mama, and your mama was on their mama couch scratching coochie through their sweatpants pocket, bro. Stop playing with me.
Inability to see yourself for what the fuck you are. No, I ain't that. You won't come on here and try to use the Bible as a way to manipulate me because I've been in the word myself and I understand other religions as well, from the Quran to you. I could go on and on, but I won't even take it. I would tell you this. Try that on somebody else's video. It doesn't work over here. That slave mentality where let me take y'all back, right? When you don't understand your beliefs, even your religious beliefs for yourself, meaning you go get in the word yourself outside of what your mama or your grandmother or your granddaddy taught you, right? When you don't educate and have a sense of understanding for yourself, you will forever be manipulated. You will forever be controlled. You will forever be ran by their beliefs.
And that's a fact, guys, because they going to tell you all of the time, honor thy mother, thy father, but they never going to tell you the verse where God tell you to cut your arm off, bro. Cut your hand off to keep the cancer from spreading to your whole body. And in that scripture, guys, he is telling you, family, moms, dad, husband, wives, friends, brothers, bad company causes bad morale. That's for anybody. Anybody blocking your route to God. Anybody blocking your morals, giving it up to God, you get to cut them off. He ain't give you no, but not your mother, but not your father. Anybody preventing you from the word of God can get cut off. And he warrants you, he grants you to cut them off, cut your hand off. See, and he used symbolic terms like hand, because you know your hand is important, but your body is more important. So you better sacrifice your hand, sacrifice your mother for him, especially if your mother is impeding you from getting to him. And a lot of mothers do that. A lot of mothers use y'all and fathers because let me keep it real. Can I keep it real with y'all? Can I keep it real? Because we're adults, right? We're adults, right? My first as being a parent, as being a father, my first go round, I use my child to cater to my flesh. Hell yeah, I told my child some shit that was a lie to tell her mother so that I could, you know what I mean, cater to my flesh. So we as parents all use our kids. Is it right? No, it's not. Is that an excuse? Hell no. Because once I learned better, I did better. You know what I mean? But let's stop lying all of the time. All of us as people have used somebody. All of us have given somebody or made a decision for somebody because we all came in contact with some stupid fools and we all have gave them some advice that made us feel better. Like, for example, how many of y'all let somebody stay in your house knowing it was gonna piss you off in the long run, but you could have you used them for the time being? Shit like that, guys. Shit like that. See, that's how you make a decision for somebody. Cause that person asked you, like, yo, son, how do you think, should I move to New York? And should I move? And you know they was all the way where they was at, but you knew you needed a babysitter, or you knew you needed somebody to park your car. You knew you needed something so that your life can proceed as is. So you didn't encourage this person to move from where they was at all the way to where you is at, but that caters to your flesh. That's not good information or good advice for that person at all. And that's what your parents have done to you your whole life. So it's not like they advertently used you. Some have been inadvertent. A lot have been blatant, but some have been inadvertent. But they love you. This is why I tell you, they love you, but that don't mean they always gave you advice that benefit you. You know what I mean? And if you keep this advice and go on in life making choices and decisions with this advice that was never meant to help you or to benefit you to begin with, you're going to lose. That's all I'm saying. I'm not your op. I'm not. I'm here to lead you to the water. You can drink or you cannot. You get to see the type of water that I'm leading you to. If you feel I'm leading you to some dirty water, you still get the choice not to drink. If you see that I'm leading you to some good old wholesome water, Deer Park, then you know what I mean, the choice is still yours. I'm just here to lead you to the water.
And it's a lot of y'all, especially in our community, you can't speak up about things that were done to you. When you look at elders, right? It's a lot of y'all that a lot of your trauma lies in the fact that these same elders that fed and clothed you were unwilling to acknowledge that they let you stay alone with Uncle so-and-so or stepdaddy so-and-so and you got molested or raped. And when you brought it up, that same mama that's bringing up the Bible and Jesus and what verses say you're supposed to follow them and listen to what they say, they don't got no words for that. Ain't no assertiveness, there's not a loudness, there's not a show up and show out for you in that when it's the people that they had you around. Because as a child, you're around whoever the adults, the caregivers to you allow you to be around.
And that's a fact. And we know these women, they'll sleep with anything if it got some money. So they'll let anything around their kids if it got some money. And we done had a couple women tell us that out their own mouth. that they moms set them all the way up and had the stepdad touching on them because the stepdad paid all the bills. So she ain't lying.
This is why you have to get in a community where there are people like me that are willing to break the generational curses, right? That are willing to help put you in a space where it's not about revenge. It's not about being angry. It's not about sitting in a space of pity or feeling like a victim. It's about awareness. It's about being real. And this is why this shit is important. In order for you to have a place of peace as an adult, I have to be able to be real with myself about the things that happen to me. And if I have caregivers or parents that are not allowing me to even accept my own view, right? Let alone say it to them, I cannot exist in a peaceful mental space. And this is why a lot of us, we are in the rat race, right? We never fully check on ourselves or see about ourselves. We just get up, go to work, raise kids. Get up, go to work, raise kids. We in the habitual behavior, of this. And it just becomes a routine. And when you look up, 1 year has passed, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 8 years has passed, and nothing in your life is what you want it to be. Now you handling your responsibilities. So you ain't fold, right? But you're a workhorse. You ain't fold, but you ain't taking care of self. You exist, you here, but you very much depressed.
Facts. You're a robot. You just a cog in the wheel. You just an average cog in the wheel. Just going with the motions. You living, but you dying. You alive, but you dead.
You have your moments where you cope with the depression through comedy or going out or buying yourself stuff, but you emotionally eat or you emotionally shop or you choose people strictly off of emotion and ignore reality because the beliefs that were programmed into you by your elders is such. Ignore the reality and just believe with all your heart and mind that everything that mom and dad did was for the best. Some of that stuff was not for the best. Some of that stuff was because whatever they were going through at the time. Some of y'all live places not because it was for the best, but because this is all we had based on the poor choices that mom and dad made at this season in their life. Some of y'all, you were exposed to certain people that weren't good people. And it wasn't because this was for the best. It was because my mama was coming off a relationship and this is all.
Exactly. That survival mode be a mug. So can we stop normalizing bringing kids into this world when we did not figure our stuff out? Acting like that shit is a flex. Ain't nothing flexual about that. That shit is trauma. That shit is bad news, yo.
She had to lean on in regards to supporting us. I did a one-on-one yesterday, and I love that the young lady, she was able to articulate this, right? But she was able to express and understand that from her childhood, there was a point where her mom picked her dad, right? Her mom got multiple kids, multiple baby daddies. Her dad, the person I was on the phone speaking with, she was saying that her dad was financially stable. He had certain things going on that it was a safe space, stability-wise, right? It was a safe space, stability-wise, for a woman with multiple children. And so she was able to articulate that my mom didn't even like him. I've had conversations with my mom and she explained she was not attracted to my dad in that way. But she was willing to fake the attraction, go along with, sacrifice, if that's what you want to call it, any of that to land us in a space where she could get the bills paid and a roof over our head and all of us be able to be housed, right? And so for a lack of resources with that mother, it made sense at that time. But now a lot of different shit occurred because of this decision. Shit that was not good for the children. Stuff that created a rift in the children that is now carrying with them as adults, which is why this young lady was having a one-on-one with me, right? It wasn't for the best. It was a survival decision based on the mom's life being fucked up at that time. A lack of sexual discipline, lack of resources, lack of her own family probably being able to be a support system to her. It was not for the best. And when you lie to yourself and you go along with this belief that mama did that for the best, then you grow up and you make decisions like that thinking that they are for the best, and they're not. They're not. This is real adult communication. This is grown folk conversation. This is the shit that y'all elders ain't gonna tell y'all. That's why I said I was gonna come on here and kick y'all some free game that a lot of people need to hear. It has nothing to do with anger. It has nothing to do with me being hurt. I'm passionate about people knowing the truth, especially my people. Because for a lot of us, we don't get told this. We don't get told from a real woman perspective. Listen, you can be mad. Some of this stuff might have hurt you. This is me as your elder showing you that I accept if when I'm done talking, you don't agree or you don't like what I say, right? So you can agree, you can disagree. You don't have to accept this, right? But at that time, when I moved y'all here, when I changed the school to this, when I had y'all around so-and-so, it seemed like it was what's best based on what was going on in my life. And I made that decision. I'm willing to stand on that decision. And that's that. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that it was the right decision or that it is what you should repeat in your life. Because a lot of shit I did, you probably shouldn't repeat or do with your children. This is the realness we need from our elders instead of saying, listen, I did the best I could. The Bible say that you got to listen to your elders. So don't question nothing I'm saying. Now go out in the world. Figure it out. I ain't do nothing wrong. I ain't finna let you judge me. I ain't gonna let you guilt trip me. Go on out. Why do you think we're repeating the same cycle? Why do you think there are so many baby showers? And if you ask where the daddy is, the girl gonna cuss you out because they've been programmed to believe that this is some sort of good thing. They've been programmed to believe, right? That this is some sort of shit that should be ongoing. Because you got women saying, ain't nothing wrong with raising your kids by yourself, but the product of children being raised by one parent is not good, especially when it's just a woman. Children need both parents for a sense of well-roundedness. Children need this. And anybody that will sit up here and tell y'all that children don't need both parents, they a fool. They're a fool. Children deserve both parents. Children deserve to have a sense of, here is where I come from, right? Here are the good and bad points about my mom. Here are the good and bad points about my dad. Here are the lessons that I've learned from my mother. And here are the lessons I've learned from my dad. And I ain't talking about the lessons that they tell y'all as a parent that makes them look good. I'm talking about the lessons from watching their actions, the lessons from watching their words. Every choice your mama made was not the choice that was best for you, right? A lot of that shit had to do with her emotions. And because nobody told you this, this is why you make a bunch of decisions for you and your kids based on emotions. And then you get upset when someone tries to offer you any other viewpoint. A lot of y'all, you were manipulated and controlled with religion and the Bible and certain beliefs of the elders because we get it from slavery. If you understand what I'm explaining, you go all the way back to slave days. They wouldn't allow us to read, and they picked a particular black person, had them become a preacher, right, or a minister, and they were to tell us what the Bible said. We couldn't read the words, right? They telling us, right? And so they read us the parts where it talked about being a good slave and honoring your slave master. And so when you see people on here like the person that keep typing about the Bible, right? When you see people on here like that trying to shove just that one concept, that one philosophy, that one verse out the Bible down your throat, you very much look like a fucking pawn for slave masters, right? You want to read me the one part where it talks about slaves and obeying your master and not running away. This is to control us. This is to not allow us to be free thinkers, right? If you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, but if you teach him how to fish, if you teach a motherfucker how to work their mind, if you raise your children, if you were raised from a space where you were taught how to go in your mind, right, and really conclude some shit, come up with your own philosophy, process what you're seeing, what you're feeling, right, versus the way the world works, and create a sense of here is how I want to behave, you become a dangerous motherfucker to those that are trying to just control. See, what I do on this motherfucker is I educate, right? I give you the game to open yourself up, to wake up that second heartbeat, to not just be some sort of slave to other people's philosophies, but to take what is positive, what is growth for you, and apply that to your life and elevate. People that don't want you educated, right? You got to just listen to what I'm saying. People that don't want you educated, they want to be able to control you. When you meet people that they have a problem with platforms like mine, all I talk about is accountability, children having both parents, people reading, being self-empowered, meaning believing that you are in control of your life and that the way your life looks, right, is a reflection of your choices 1 to 3 years prior in your generational curses. I teach self-worth, right? If you meet somebody that they against my teachings, bruh, run from them. Run from them. Ain't nothing good gonna come from dealing with them. This is why I tell y'all, if you follow me, play some of my content out loud around people. If that nigga get the fuck from around you or tell you to turn me off, if that bitch tell you to turn me off, something ain't right about what they got going on. Because who can disagree that children are supposed to have both parents? Who can disagree that everybody should be accountable and be able to take a straightening? Who could disagree that everybody's allowed to have their own perspective? Who can disagree that you are supposed to feel and believe that you're in control of your life? Who can disagree that we are all capable and able to change anything that's going on in our life for the better? Who could disagree? Who? A motherfucker that's trying to manipulate, somebody that wants you to stay asleep, somebody that they are in their own bullshit and feel judged by the mental progress or the growth of those around them. Got to really understand, like when you see somebody like me talk, that's exactly what I do, right? I trigger demons out people's life, right? I trigger people to confront their own demons. It's some of y'all, you've admitted on social media, when you first seen me, you blocked me. You got upset. You ain't like the vulgar language. You blocked me. And then when you went through some shit in your life or somebody played a certain video where that content hit, you circled your ass back around, unblocked me, and you got back up in this motherfucker. And that's why you're still here, because I don't let up.
And that's a whole fact, bro. We not gonna let up. We not gonna let up. It's powered by God, yo. Some things is just powered by God, y'all. Man, this was a hell of a live. I ran my ass to the store and got back just in time. Whew. How y'all feeling? Sheesh. Man, we got TC Harris in the building. Mega, what's going on, Mega? John, what's up? We got my cousin in the house. Let's eat with Tamika. Perfectly Imperfect. Man, we had a ball tonight, y'all. We had a good old live. This was the solutions, ladies. Remember, the solutions is in every piece of content that I do. You just got to get past and bypass the trigger. It's going to trigger you. Trigger is pain. Pain is weakness leaving the body. You don't go in the gym and get strong without pain. All right? Understand that, y'all. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for staying up with me late night, PM school style. I see y'all again in the morning, y'all. Y'all know we just gonna be back here. I probably won't be live again until Saturday. But y'all make sure y'all get them likes up. Make sure y'all share the content, cause YouTube just don't like it. They don't like what's going on over here. They don't like what's brewing over here. And y'all know me. I'm not one to tell y'all the victim stories or try to run with a victim story, because I don't like to be a victim to nothing. And although I feel like a victim to YouTube right now, you know what I mean? I gotta tell y'all, but this the last time I'm gonna mention that shit. I expect y'all to understand what's going on over here, and y'all do what y'all have to do. I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to come and I'm going to deliver the content. I'm going to come and I'm going to make everybody that want to know and want to be aware. Y'all just got to pull up. Y'all got to like, share, and subscribe. You know what I mean? I don't ask y'all to donate because I know a lot of y'all don't have it to donate, and that's okay. I'd rather you invest in yourself. You know what I mean? But don't be one of those that come over here and suck in this quality, high-powered content and then go support them bullshit channels, them mid-level content channels. That's dumb. That's hateful. That's spiteful. And God gonna fix you. Understand that. Wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. Do not play with your life. I see y'all tomorrow, yo. God bless all of y'all. Y'all already know, man.
Not just my delivery, it hurts your feelings to know that all this time you thought your mother or your father had it figured out, and they did not. They raised you in a way that has you conditioned to believe that your habits and the things that you have your mind set on are not going to put you in a position of forward progress. A lot of y'all and I'm speaking like this without cursing because a lot of y'all inboxed me earlier and, it really touched you in a, good way. Y'all was letting me know, the video earlier really touched you in a good way when I really started speaking on how our children get of age like we do. You know, some point in their life, they get to a certain age where they realize, like, you didn't teach me anything of value. You only bought me stuff. You only purchased me material stuff and spent time with me, but the time wasn't even valuable because you didn't leave me with any nuggets to make it out here. So we watch our children repeat the same generational curses that we've repeated for decades, and a lot of y'all, it's sad because